What is up, everybody? So, yeah, I didn't stream yesterday, and it wasn't because I didn't want to. I actually completely was planning on streaming. I just, the time got away from me, and, it didn't happen. But, wait, I think this is the wrong account. I need to play the ult account. Well, we'll do it whatever stage we're in the middle of. Yeah, I need to catch up. I haven't done, like, all the story stuff on the ult yet. Gotta do that. So Rex, I'm assuming that's just a copy-paste, but I have a feeling it's based on a real comment. I want to know what the hell is going on in this chat, so at the time. Yeah, I did the main story off stream because I wanted to make a video, so... Yeah, then I just got like way off track and it took me forever. You don't understand, this is so stupid. It took me like 2 hours to pick music for the video. And I don't mean like the music, I mean like, it took me 2 hours just to pick the song for the part where like I zoom in on you and Chin Gong. I hate what I picked. Like I couldn't find anything that really fit the vibe I wanted. I don't know what was wrong with me. I was just sitting there trying to edit and I'm just like, I was just drawing the world's biggest blank. So yeah, that's where a lot of the time went, so it feels bad. What is going on in this team right now? Hey, Looking Glass, what's up? Thank you for the 125 bits. A lot. This is Max's, Hans. You know, I should have, Gabe. I forgot. I didn't. I normally keep them like that for a little while. I kind of just forgot. I had like just so much XP on me. I just did the levels, didn't think about it. I can't help but notice that I've clearly mistimed my NP gain because I can't kill this turn. Oops. Should either brought K-scope or a unit with insta battery. I just want the CE drop, man. I don't need anything else. But it's not happening. Okay, now they're all dead. I don't know why I'm casting these buffs. It's not necessary, but I like big numbers. Oh yeah, that Q versus Guadia video, I totally have that rendered raw, like with no edits, just the original video file. I just haven't uploaded it, but I need to do that because I know somebody's gonna say something stupid about saves coming at some point. I'm actually surprised it hasn't happened yet, at least not on the video itself. One-year anniversary of starting FGO. Now you get to enjoy reruns. You know, jokes aside, reruns kind of are nice though because you get like rare prisms and stuff, so. I don't know, just this year, or this last year or whatever was just... way too many reruns, like it was crazy. Haven't even patched yet. Yeah, we didn't, except for Christmas. Like I was like year of the reruns, but they skipped that specific one. Just because they don't like Rex. Got Anniversary Blonde, feels good. Yeah, that's always my first thing I get from a Rare Prism shop. Stupid VR thing. Dude, this is the dumbest thing. It is just the dumbest thing. Because, like many things in FGO, It's not even a good rhythm game. It's not. Like, from what I've heard, it's like, it's a really, like, surface level, you know, shitty copy-paste rhythm game that they've just slapped a skin-deep skin of MASH on, right? Like, and then they're acting like it's, like, this big deal, right? They promote it, and but they only let 500,000 people download it. Like, which is so bullshit. Like, that's just false, that's like fake, scarcity. It's like the diamond industry, you know, like only like 1 or 2 companies has access to diamonds. And even though diamonds are ungodly common on planet Earth, like they're not a rare thing in the slightest, they're unbelievably common. They just don't let enough of them into the market at a time, so it makes it seem like they're rare and valuable, right? It's like, this is the digital age! Guys, we only got 500 copies of a digital product, right? It's just dumb. They're trying to get people all excited. I gotta rush off and download it while it's still available. It's just a joke, dude. Like, they're putting all this hype around this stupid anniversary game that has the depth of a goddamn puddle. It's like this lake. See, this looks like a big lake, right? And you see all this like darker water in the middle, like it's deeper. It's not. This is just an inch deep, and that's just like watercoloring. Like that's the fucking FGO Waltz game, and that's almost every gimmick and every event ever. Like, I'm exaggerating, there are some events that they legitimately add interesting things to, but most events they're like, oh look, it's a maze. It's not. It's just a fucking skin. Alright. Basically did nothing on this event yesterday on this account, but we'll catch up. Spooky boy. We'll actually fight the ghosts for real dudes. By the way, Koo soloed Landling. Fight Landling in the main story here, and he's got like, you know, 400k health. He's also weird. He seems to be scripted to always attack. He like doesn't. He has gimmicks, but like his 3 actions per turn, I never saw him cast any of his skills ever. He just always attacks 3 times. So that's kind of odd. PNPs and all that though. It was actually kind of close, just because a 400k saber is a bit much for a lancer. His attack stat wasn't super high though. He just attacked a lot. Yeah, I've heard that FGO Waltz thing is just such a bare bones rhythm game. It's just... and they made such a hullabaloo about it, man. And presumably that's why QooApp died. It's pretty silly. This is an unreleased track from Dark Souls 1. It's the they used it in a trailer, but it's mainly for the what do you call it? The bad ending, or I don't know if you call it the bad ending, but the Age of Dark ending for Dark Souls 1. You just look up like Dark Souls music Age of Dark ending or some shit. You'll get it. The Dark Lord ending, yeah. They don't really have a good or a bad ending in that game. Honestly, I think like the mainstream ending that you might call the good ending, I think a lot of people, if they actually know the lore and stuff, would probably say it's actually the bad ending, which I would kind of agree with. You kind of end up just being a giant tool that dies to maintain the status quo because you've been told to do it, pretty much. I actually like the endings in Dark Souls. I don't necessarily like they don't tell you anything the first time you play it, but like I do like what the endings are, and I do like the story of Dark Souls a lot, but I do think Demon Souls just did a better job on your first playthrough of you having at least half an idea of what the balls was going on, where Dark Souls not at all. But I actually think the endings are kind of cool. I think it's neat that like if you kind of just follow the main path in Dark Souls and don't look too deep into things, you're just a sheep that's being manipulated by what's his name? Gwendolyn, right? Which is like the story. He's trying to manipulate you like that. And a lot of players do get manipulated like that, which is kind of neat. We don't know why QooApp lost FGO. We don't know what the deal is. Like, because Aniplex didn't make a statement. So all we have is QooApp's statement, and I've said this. There's no way QooApp is going to tell the truth if it makes them look bad. Companies don't do that. They'll word it in a way that like implies something else. You know, they really worded it to like imply that it had to do with like marketing. Like Aniplex doesn't want, you know, the regions to be able to download it, which maybe that's true, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So whatever the real reason was, you know, QooApp's just, you know, PR bullshitting to avoid blame. And I've even said though, whatever reason DW gave them or Aniplex gave them, probably wasn't the real reason anyway. It normally is not, so we'll probably never know what the hell happened. The only way we'll know what happened is if they start doing the same thing to other companies, right? If they start taking FGO off of like you know, APK Pure and like was it Tap or whatever the fuck the other one is. Like if they start nuking it everywhere, then you know it probably is what QooApp said, but otherwise it's clearly something else. Yeah, I would not be surprised if QooApp doesn't actually know. I would expect that the reason Aniplex gave was PR bullshit. Like I said, I think that's what happened with the Dr. Disrespect situation, where I think Dr. Disrespect does know why he was banned, but I doubt Twitch told him. And that's what he said. He said, like he said, the email didn't say why he was banned, and I believe it. I bet you the email Twitch sent did not have a proper reason for why he was banned. It was just some, you know, PR bullshit. But that being said, I'd imagine he could read between the lines, and he probably does know why, but he probably never gave a proper reason. And it's probably the same situation here. I doubt Aniplex actually gave them a real reason. Because sometimes the real reason doesn't act like, and especially in this case with Aniplex, a lot of times the reason they don't want their thing on a company or whatever, they don't actually have something on paper they can truly point to, so they look for like some, you know, obscure TOS nonsense that they don't really care about. Like that kind of thing's pretty common. But who knows, you know, QooApp could have been doing who knows what behind the scenes, and it may have truly been the Waltz thing, like, we just don't know. But I feel like it's been long enough that if they were going to take FGO down off of other... Oh, my screen's messed up. But if they were going to take FGO off of other platforms, I think they would have done it by now. In fact, if they haven't, at least makes me hopeful that that's not going to happen. Yeah, the DW... all FGO stuff's not on QooApp anymore. And QooApp said it was at Aniplex said, you know, take it down, so... Hey, Persona, thank you for the resub for 13 months, man. What's up? Congrats on the Tomaway, by the way. Oh, speaking of, does she have different animations in her other forms? I haven't looked. I haven't even seen her other forms outside of just the pictures on Discord. I'll have to check that. I don't think she has lightsabers anymore. Different colors. Are any of the colors green? I'm going to assume no. Okay, well, let's see if we can summon one now. Which stage is this? I don't know what the hell's what. Stage 2. Dude, seriously, I actually want a servant that has like really meaty smack, you know, melee attacks like Tomaway does here, but then, you know, green particle effects everywhere. Like, that would just be amazing, but we don't really have that. The closest we got is Achilles, and Achilles is really awesome. But, yeah, I just want like a servant with like some... Like Green Knight! Give the Green Knight a battle axe and have him just beat the shit out of some people and have really nice green particle effects. That's like the dream. Like, we get stars every turn. So I'm guessing this one it's flame instead of blue stuff, and then I guess the last one's blue and red or something. Trying to remember if she has the BM combo, I'm not sure. That's very fiery. Jesus. Red, I prefer the attacks to red. I wonder why. It's like in a lot of games and stuff, my username is just green, right? So I'll say shit like that, and it's like, I wonder why. Persona, do you mind going to stage 3? I want to see what's going on with that one. I'm assuming her skill animations surely are different. Like they must be different because she doesn't have the VR shit. Or she just does that like the other animations all the time. No. I gotta say, they probably should have changed that. I feel like that's totally fine for the first stage, but it's kind of weird. And I pretty much guarantee you, if she happened to be a 5-star, her skill animation would be different and her NP would be different. Right? But because she's a 4-star, they can't be bothered to put in that kind of effort. That's kind of disappointing, because like, I pretty much guarantee you, if she was a 5-star, her NP for these stages would not be the same. And then her skill animation would not be the same. I hate that about FGO, man. Again, and they make so much money, it's like they don't have to be cheap bastards with everything, it's stupid. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. That don't make any sense. Damage though. Damn it! Look how we got 95%. Unnecessary NP gain, let's go. At least their normal attack animations are good though. VR reality marvel pretty much. See, what I'd probably do in a video is if I use stage 1 in a video, I would just keep the NP like normal, and then in stage 2, you could pretty easily edit that, like the beginning part where she charges forward, and then you go right into the slash part, and it would look pretty normal. You just cut out the VR bit, and it wouldn't look that bad. Also, for the sake of brevity, like if she NP'd like 5 times in the video, I'd probably do that anyway. So, not playable, by the way, although I kind of suspect they're going to be because this is such a random detail. Normally when you fight giant ghosts or just kind of like major generic bosses, like the dragons, giant ghosts, you know, spriggans, that kind of stuff, they're pretty much always gold. But yeah, they're silver. When you fight them as a giant ghost, they're silver. That really implies that at some point, they're going to be playable and they'll be a 3-star. I wouldn't necessarily say it's going to be in the next event. It could be any time. Look at Chen Gong, right? Chen Gong was in Lost Belt 3, and he randomly got added on New Year's, right? So there's really no telling when the hell they're going to add him. I don't really know jack shit about this person. I just know they're like a famous alchemist from China. That's literally all I know about them. I don't have any other idea. I'll have to look into it more. Because I think that's who they are, but they're a guy in real life, but I'm pretty sure they're gender bent because, you know, FGO. Oh yeah, I wonder if there's anything we could do to keep you alive here. I wonder if I could kill all these in time. I think you have 3 turns to kill all of them, but it's pretty hard to accomplish that because you have to bring you and Ziggurat. Like, you have no choice, you have to bring them. So I need, let's see, the Berserkers. You could do like Edmund. Edmund's good against Berserkers. Mordred's really high NP. Oh wait, this is my ult, right? So I've got Gilgamesh, Achilles, Gawain. None of the... Gilgamesh is not fighting servants, and Achilles does not have an upgraded NP, but he's NP 5. They give her Necromancy. I think if they just proc their attack on her and it procs to death, I think it'll end it even if she lives, I think. Like whenever they proc her into death, it just ends. Now my Drake's only NP 2 or some shit. Yeah, and she's only NP 1. Yeah, I think it's got Spookfire. Hold on, I'm gonna BRB real quick. I need to get water because my genius ass didn't do that before starting the stream. Alright. But yeah, you don't lose if you dies, just the stage just ends, so. Might just use command spell and see if we can just murder all of them. So I didn't do it on my main because the stage just ended. I guess if you're gonna do that, we use this thing. This would be so easy if I'd gotten a CE drop. Do default, I guess. Alright, let's see what happens. Just grind 60 crowns like me. The thing is, you gotta understand, none of my accounts have gotten a drop, which is insanity, right? Between all of my accounts, the amount of AP I've used on this event is fucking bananas, so I'm really hoping it's an event mission reward, but I'm skeptical. I'm sure the other one, the rare spawn rate one, that one will surely be a mission reward, but the I don't know, the Calamity Jane one, I'm not so sure. Oh wow, 477 health, that's a bit. What drama? I don't remember there being any drama outside of Zeke. Wow, he actually did more damage than I thought. Well, I guess he has the Vinci. So he can probably do this without using another command spell then, right? Because we have one more turn. Yeah, their instant death activates now, and then if the attack, the stage ends. Wow, she just killed it. GG. Yeah, I was all thirsty for drama, but I don't think there is any. I don't know what people are talking about. So if you kill them all, you win, basically. And then you doesn't fight the big one, I guess. Doesn't matter too much. It looks like you got a little bit of QP for doing it, for keeping her alive. I didn't look how much that was, but dude, I wish they did shit like that more often. We have optional objectives. They've done it occasionally. There was I don't remember what it was, but I remember there was an optional objective a while ago where you could like kill something that otherwise the stage would have ended, and the reward was just like a silver monument, which was, you know, whoop-de-doo. But at least it's, you know, it's kind of a, you know, a trophy, I guess. It's just kind of neat. I wish they did that more often. If you kill him, you win. Yeah, who would have thought? All right, let's see the other stage. Did you switch? I know that you have to do a lot of shit to actually get the game to sometimes register if you switch it or not. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, it's one of those stages where you have to load. Yeah, you might have to unslaughter and reslaughter. Also, you've got the whole event, non-event list bullshit. Alright, we're waiting. We'll go do our FP summon. Yeah, I think Brunhilde gets one more solo raid up. I'll throw my tickets at it again then and see if we get lucky. I'll have like 8 tickets. I could probably get her on the new account, honestly, but it's not exactly the idea. Yeah, I don't want any more Kiara. I didn't want her to begin with. Alright, let's see if we got the Tomoe yet. Wait, which goes into the ad first? Did they? I was gonna say Tomoe number 1, but she might be Tomoe number 2. I don't remember, because Suzuka was CCC and she was obviously Shimosa. I think Shimosa was first, wasn't it? Wasn't CCC just a little bit after? Make sure you're put someone else in the saber slot and then put her back. Also make sure, you know, that everything actually switched properly, and then make sure you're doing the event and non-event. This is why I don't have an event and a non-event list. I only have the one list. I have found that the double list thing just makes so many problems for the support list and makes it like not work properly all the time. I just don't touch it. Oh, alright, Tomoe was mentioned in Babylonia, so CCC was first, okay. I thought Shimosa was first, but I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, I do find the double list pretty useless, and it just makes a lot of... Not only is it you forget and just not user error, but it also I've noticed there's bugs and shit with it too, so it's not great. And Arjuna with the gifted sub directs feels good. Thanks, Arjuna. Casually 56 subs, by the way. And now Persona's just gone. Like now he's just gone. There we go. Oh, we have to bring you. Fuck. Oh, is this Landling? If it's Landling, we need Chen. Although we'll just reset. We'll bring whatever the fuck this time and then start over. I'll need. No, I can just slot my own Shingon. Yeah, I'll slot Shingon with K-Scope. So Koo can solo this fight and the next fight with Landling, but I bet you Proto Koo can't. It's probably not even close, to be honest. I'll try just to see, but it's gonna be sad. You probably one turn this with Mori. Wait, do I have Nobu Berserker at NP2? Do I? When did I? Oh yeah, Mori. That's why. Yeah, it must have been Mori. I didn't even remember that. Oh, that's cool. She's got flaming sword and a flaming blue sword. That's cool. Alright, let's see what this looks like. I wonder what the NP looks like. That's pretty neat. Purple, boys! I think he might be scripted to always attack you and... No, she had taunt. That's right, she has taunt. I was like, what? They rarely do that. But I know with her, the gimmick here, it's been her dying a lot, so they might do that here, we'll see. I doubt it, though. Now, some of the fights that they've done it on are pretty funny. Like, Lantoria Altar in London is scripted to attack Mordred, if I remember right. Yeah, I think he automatically when he just casts right there, I don't think that counts as one of his 3 actions. Okay, he did not attack her. But like that debuff he did at the start of the turn, I think he just does that every turn and it's a freebie. It's like a freebie action you can do whenever. Because when I was soloing this with Koo, I noticed he was like trying to cast something, but it wouldn't cast on anyone. And it's scripted to go onto you. Well, just gave her NP. We'll actually solo the next fight. We'll do the next fight solo. Because they're the exact same fight, there's no difference, except he doesn't have that scripted thing to do at the start of every turn, which just makes it less annoying to do. So we'll try to beat this one here with the nonsense that we have. Hey, Ari. That's really weird that they don't have the flames around them until the end. Dude, her leg is upside down. What the fuck? So I need to screenshot that and then like turn the screenshot sideways That looks so wrong. It's just like the last welfare, fucking broken leg, dude. Like, what the fuck was that? Even so, I will say they were a lot less lazy with you, but the last two welfares, they overall I'd say were pretty fucking lazy with the animations. Once we get to the next fight, we might fight Landling with Landling. Although then we wouldn't have K-Scope, Qingong there before the... Although I'm not sure they forced you to bring you on the next one, I don't remember. Yeah, that dude, that's really bad. That's really bad. How did they not realize? Like, how did they not realize that? Like, what the fuck? I swear it's like they just were too lazy to, you know, make any alterations to it, so. Dude, it is pathetic if you look at the Fate Requiem Lancer, however the fuck you say it, I always forget it, but if you watch her animations frame by frame, it is just sad how little they actually reanimated. Or, like, they're just moving parts around instead of actually reanimating anything. Alright, let's switch to the main real quick and put up level 1 Qingong. Like, even though she's like doing all the fancy dance stuff, if you actually look, they're not reanimating her legs still. They're just moving them, right? Like, all they did was like reanimate her back. Like, they have one where she's facing, you know, forwards and backwards. Like, they didn't really do that much. Like, they're really again, multi-dollar company, and they're this lazy. Like, it's great. Like, seriously, fuck you. Why is the final boss of this event a giant ghost? Even if you're not ready to make the dude playable or not, you can do better than a giant ghost. You're a multi-dollar company. You've made like at least $2 this year. Like, it's ridiculous. Alright, Qingong time. Dude, there are so many things that I want to grail at. Now that Canis is done, I can, you know, work on something else if I want to. Like, I really want to grail Beowulf. I'm almost like, I want to at least get him to 90, although honestly, I kind of want to get him to 100. Is it bad that I'm like, if he gets rated up, I'm really tempted to try to get him in P5? And he's not even a servant that really needs to be in P5 that much. He doesn't really work that way. But like, I'm really tempted, like, to just go, like, total ham on Beowulf because he's awesome, but yeah, Qingong is another one I kind of want to grail, and there's and Leonidas, and, you know, Hercules if I had him, but, you know, I'm not allowed to have Hercules on my main account for some fucking reason. Let me see. Alright, there we go, I got it. Alright. I confused myself there for a second because both of my apps were on the map screen, so I was like, what the hell? Alright. So, Ku did this without the event CE. Ku just used Golden Sumo. So, we'll try Proto Ku in the same circumstance. And our Proto Ku is grailed to 100 and is 2k foe and all that, and I have a feeling if he gets close, I'll be happy. But I have this bad feeling that he's not even going to get close, but we'll see. Do you have to bring you? Oh, you don't. That means that, wait, do I even need Qingong then? I thought I had to bring Qingong for this, but apparently not. Let me just make sure it's not gonna tell me that yeah, no, you don't have to bring her. It's just the other fight that you do. Alright, we'll give, okay, he'll have a slight advantage over Ku here. Wait, no, you know what? We'll do it once without giving him an advantage, because Ku did it with Qingong, so he had one less taunt. And Ku won anyway. So we'll do it like that for Proto Q and we'll just see what happens. But yeah, we might give him the extra taunt and see if that helps him. Yeah, I do have 2 Nobu Berserkers. I'm fucking Odysseus. So dumb. Like that was on the fucking Achilles banner. Stupid. By the way, Bedivere and Kojiro CE's here. Some good shit. Why don't we have a Bedivere costume yet? Like, how has this happened? Like, how are we in this timeline where Paul Bunyan and Izo have costumes and Bedivere doesn't? Like, what is that? Nope. Never mind. I forgot, chat. We're not actually allowed to have fun. I thought they were gonna let us have fun there, but it was actually a lie, and we're not allowed to do that. Reminder that Tristan can fly with his harp. We need a Tristan costume. Just give all the Knights of Ren costumes, man. Look at all those buffs. Do that. Q is the only Lancer as far as I'm concerned. No one else will be buffed. That sounds like DW. By the way, Beastly, that like meme you made, was that like voice thing designed to sound like Christopher Lee? Because that's what it sounded like, which made it amazing, by the way. But is that what that was? That's so good. That made me laugh quite a bit. That's basically though what I imagine the DW headquarters were like. The one with Q was Bill Gates. I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one. Oh my god. I'll have to have you link me that later. Dude, I'm thinking about asking like Ari or Kai or someone to like make some pictures of like just like a still shot at least of like DW in like a, you know, a boardroom meeting where they have like a graph, right, for like Ku and Hercules and shit, and then just to play that fucking Hercules voice clip. Like it's just like a really short meme. Y'all check that later. It's just hilarious, man. I can probably play it on stream. It's probably audible enough. Let me look here. She's bending backwards? I'll have to look. I haven't really seen it. If she's bending backwards, that sounds pretty spine-shattering. Internal DW Ku buff discussion. But hold on, let me get this here.
Listen, I know we should have made him a 5-star servant from the start. It is delayed to go back and change it. We have to keep buffing him to make him stronger and stronger. Tuchulain is the only Lancer as far as I am concerned. No one else will be buffed.
That's no one else gets to be buffed. No, take that Hector buff back. Take the Hector buff back. Give that to Ku. He gets the damage cut and the NP up from that Hector. You know, just delete Hector from the game. Just take Hector out of the game. Give his entire toolkit to Ku. You just put like, you add Hector's first skill onto Ku's first skill, and you add Hector's second skill onto Ku's second skill. If these don't make any sense, it doesn't matter. We do that anyway. Oh my god, Beastly, those are amazing. I gotta use those in videos at some point. I love the ending. It's just no other Lancers will be buffed. Oh my god. I like how we're at 95% NP battery, by the way. Feels bad. Oh, I can like respec my my command codes, because you know. You get to do that for free now. I actually need to do that because Blood Axe took some of my command codes. Yeah, actually, Hector, for the AoE Lancers, for like the budget ones, he's actually really good. He actually does surprisingly high damage. So if you don't have a really good like gold, you know, AoE Lancer, he's actually pretty handy. And on top of that now, if you're in a challenge quest or a main story fight that also happens to be AoE, he's got that damage cut for the team now, which, you know, if you use him with MASH, is actually quite noticeable. So he's not bad. And he's definitely not the, he's like, God, by no means is he like the best 3-star Lancer or anything, but we're screwed, by the way. Definitely need those command codes. Yeah, just keep QooA's MP damage exactly how it is, but then he's AoE. Totally balanced. Wow, we're... Dude, QooA beat this! Right, QooA beat this! And look at what we've gotten done. Now, I will say our command codes and stuff are messed up. We had that bad RNG with the NP gain and stuff, but God, he's not even close, dude. Send help. Dude, this is just pathetic. Like, QooA wins, and Protoku's not even getting him to half. Right? Like, this is just... God. I do think we can get a bit... We can do a bit better than this. I swear, if we can at least get to half, I'll be happy. Okay, let's go fix our command codes and see what if we can maybe get our NP on turn 1 and that kind of thing. Beat his ass, Landley. That's not nice, Ari. That's not nice to Protoku now. No bully the proto doggo. We should level our... This is a very stupid reason to do this, but I'm literally leveling this skill just so we're more likely to get our NP on turn 1. Like, I don't think this account is ever going to really use her, but you know. Alright, 5's enough. I'm not gonna give her gold gems. Alright. Dude, because I didn't finish the Case Files event on my ult account, I don't have the 15% damage to undead one, so I had to use this one, which is 10% damage to undead. I gotta remember when they rerun the Case Files event, make sure I do it on this account. Like, even if I don't do it on my main account, I need to make sure I do it on this one. They didn't get the Grail either, I don't think. Alright, let me think. So, Landling doesn't have a defense up, so that won't do anything. He's got damage cut, so it's not gonna help. Let's see. Blood X will be 94, hopefully today, actually. I swear they regret making that command code. Like, none of the other Stargen ones are half as good as that one. Okay, someone else has got the Gilgamesh one. This UI needs a revamp so badly. Is Landling lawful? I almost want to give him the anti-lawful one if he is. He should be it. It's either that or Star Absorber. Probably just this one. That way crit or no, we get the damage. Yeah, they're basically stickers. Yeah, I would imagine he's lawful. We'll go with it. Well, you can tell if it's not working. You won't get like the damage number thing. Buff icon. Alright, if he can just get like just slightly past half health, I'll be happy. If we can be half, if Proto Koo can be half of Koo, that's an accomplishment. You know, I really should have made a video out of Koo soloing this, but I didn't really think to. I was pretty happy with the Blood Axe video, so. It's ruler and lawful. Which is funny because most rulers are also lawful, so she'll just like give you so much bonus damage to that. Just absolutely massive bonus damage if they're a ruler that's also lawful. Like, if you crit, it's like you're doing an NP pretty much. Good art chain, but we should get our NP here. Oh yeah, definitely. We got that battery command code now. It took so long to get Canis from 98 to 100 because they just didn't give us any new Grails for so long. Yeah, now we like, oh, look at that. Okay. You know what? We'll go for it. 30% crits. It could happen. $25, dude. Koo is hitting for like 40 to 50k, like with his NP, dude. Like, it's just the fuck, man. He's so much weaker. I'm gonna re-roll if we get lucky. See if we get that lawful bonus damage here, we should. Yeah, pretty sure I saw the icon. The numbers weren't on screen very long there. Of course he crits. What? Okay. We okay. That was bullshit. Hog, Let me try. I was trying to wait a turn, right? Because if you're gonna face sync a turn, you should face sync when you have defense up. Dude, Koo survives so much longer and he's doing more damage. Like, cause the attack buff is way better than the crit buff ultimately, and then also Koo has an upgraded NP. It's bullshit. And Koo has a higher attack stat, which I'll never understand that one. Dude, in lore, Proto Koo has a higher endurance stat, a higher agility stat, and a higher strength stat, right? Like, he's just like physically stronger, like in every way. But in game, they're just like, yeah, no. What if I should use my crit skill on turn 1 just for the damage?
必要な犠牲でした。
Like how she shows off her sunglasses before dying. Makes sense. I mean, we're not trying to buy a turn. We're trying to get as little out of our taunts as possible. Wow, I made my crit chances lower. I used my third skill to reroll the stars, and I got worse crit chance. Good job. Got a Mo Rex, by the way. Yeah, he's definitely scripted the triple attack, though.
Okay.
No, he's still there. I think it's the other fight that he scripted to attack 3 times. At least we didn't fucking die that time. Okay. Theoretically, we might be able to phase tank this turn because he has to NP us. And if he NPs us, I mean, he only gets to attack twice. And we still have our defense buff. So, if there was ever a turn to phase tank, it's now. This is really fucking risky, though. Where if I use the invulnerability, you know, we're pretty much destined to die next turn. You know what, I'm gonna try it. Fuck it, and we're going for the long-term value. We're not winning either way, so we're just gonna try to do as best we can here. Ugh, he only got 1 crit. That's bad. I was really hoping to get enough NP gain that the drain wouldn't stop me from NPing.
我が顔をそれほど望むか。ならば見せよう。呪われし顔を儚く散るまで歌い続けるために。
Damn it, we're dead. But I should have known. Because he gets the attack buff, so yeah, I should have just done invulnerability there. Well, we could have gotten to a bit past half. So we're a bit, guys. He's a bit more than half a regular coup. He's slightly more than half a regular coup. So you just bring 2 proto coups and it's like bringing a coup. It's great. Doesn't need a buff, by the way. %, regular coup, yeah. If we had gotten a bit better luck and stuff, like they'd crit there and I'd use invulnerability, we'd have gotten a bit more than half health though. Landling versus Landling. I mean, like, how do I do that though? Because I can't bring Chin Gong. Wait, no, I could use use battery on Shin Gong. That'll work. Wait, what is going on here? Oh, that's Ace, not Aries. Excuse me. Alright, let me think here. Wait, who killed the music? Oh, I unplugged my... Excuse me, I unplugged my earbuds. I was like, what happened to my sound? I like how many people don't, like, why would I put post scroll on you when we're Shinkangi here? Like, we're trying to not get value out of our taunt walls. Like, they gotta die. Look at this, Shin-Gong's not a bonus servant. What a bunch of bullshit. Wait a minute, though, with this, that's still not enough because she's not maxed, and we don't have Shin-Gong's battery skill. I could use a higher level Shin-Gong, but he wouldn't necessarily get one shot. It's spill time. Let me see here. I'm not sure he'd one-shot Shin-Gong, but we'll see. We're level 35. He probably will one-shot him. Although we'll have the damage cut, so we'll see. Can you use Landling's battery? Yeah, there is that. We'll just do that.
夏の暑さに負けずに。
奇策冷血をもって終わらせましょう。炸裂するは規格一陣。必要な犠牲でした。
Any DPS, yeah, pretty much. You're using Waver and Merlin, pretty much any buster DPS and you're good. Like, obviously some are gonna be better than others, but you can pretty much carry anything. I mean, hell, even if you don't use Buster, it'll be fine, but Buster will be preferable. And he didn't kill. So between those two attacks, the damage cut saved us, very much so. So we would have died if it wasn't for that. Well, that sucks. We'll just have to... I'll just go anyway. I'm sure Landling will be fine. Although, oh god, we're gonna give him another damage cut. Oh no.
この場合はサングラスを外せば夏の暑さに負けずに。
Hercules, yeah, you can do Hercules, whatever, really. You know, Jolter, fucking Hector. Doesn't matter too much.
呪われし顔を儚く散るまで歌い続けるために。
Please attack Shin-Gong. I have a feeling Shin might survive though. Ares landing is yep! Ares, that's disgusting by the way. That's just fucking disgusting. Like you can do that for the whole team. And like he could be working with like MASH. Like dear god, you could use Landling with MASH. That's just fucking disgusting. And then you could be counterclassing. That's the thing, you could be counterclassing. You could be fighting a Lancer and you use like another like Art Saber DPS in MASH, and then just nobody fucking dies. It's kind of funny, we could Shin-Gong Handling here. Oh god, put him with the twins. That's ridiculous. He's just doing no damage. Bruh. You should be able to kill him this turn. Keeps attacked once. I feel like they should give you an alternate costume for the costume like they did with, Lee, with Lee and I guess Summer BB too, and you should be able to have his sunglasses on all the time for Landling. That way like his extra attack and stuff makes a bit more sense. That'd look cool too anyway.
開いた開いた馬の体調も気をつけないと。よし、夏でも真面目に。夏でも真面目に。
I like how we couldn't get the solo value for so long, but it's not gonna matter.
この場合はサングラスを外せば良いのでしょう。頑張了解です。
Yeah, they added so much stuff for Summer BB, it was ridiculous.
我が顔をそれほど望むか。
God, if we were really trying, you probably could keep Chen alive for a really long time.
顔を儚く散るまで。
He guarded our thing.
続けるために
What a bastard.
切って捨てる。行くぞ。ここだけの話。顔が輝くと前が見えにくいんです。ファイヤー。トーン。ファイヤー。開いた。 了解です。
Tempting to take that 60% crit, but
そこだ。
be fine.
行くぞ。切って捨てる。ここだけの話。顔が輝くと前が見えにくいんです。トーン。開いた。セイ。開いた。トーン。開いた。
Grailing does hit pretty hard though, like the enemy one.
この場合は
Although we still have our invulnerability, and then our invulnerability will come back.
我が顔をそれほど望むか。ならば見せよう。呪われし顔を儚く散るまで歌い続けるために。
It's not whitewashing. BB looks like that by normal. Like, that's not what that
こ
means.
こだけの話。顔が輝くと前が見えにくいんです。
The lack of a tan is not whitewashing something. That's just stupid. I remember someone made a YouTube video about this. Some like fucking idiot on Twitter. There was some anime character, and someone who like didn't even know the anime and stuff was basically railing the dub because they thought they got a white voice actress to voice a black character. Now, one, the voice actress was black, so I'm like, good job. Like, how are you gonna make a tweet like that and not even look up who the voice actor is? Two, the character's not black! It was a Japanese girl that was tan. Like, we had gone to the beach and was tan. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, so it was just a coincidence that, like, they happened to be tan. And then, so, who, like, first of all, for, like, cartoons and shit, I don't really care if the voice, like, is the same race or not. That's just silly. But, like, it was a Japanese person. Right, and they're complaining that the voice actress is not black when the voice actress is black, and it wasn't a black character in the first place. Like, how do you do no research? Like, how are you gonna say something like that and not even like, I might literally take 5 seconds to Google this person's name.
夏でも真面目に。頑張ります。
Like, how to look really dumb on the internet.
そこだ。行くぞ。切って捨てる。ここだけの話。顔が輝くと前が見えにくいんです。勝ちました。こう見えても将軍なのですよ。いえ、本当に将軍
Man,
だ
that
った
was
のです。
easy. Like, we just destroyed that. And we just refreshed our NP, so we had lots of survivability there. And we never used invulnerability, and our skill invulnerability was about to come back. It's ridiculous. Dude, Twitter drives me nuts. Like, it just in all fields. Like, it's just, there's so much, in every direction, there's so much nonsense on there. I mean, and there's plenty of mundane stuff too, that's fine, and news and whatnot, but like, gosh. So I wonder, if you had your U totally maxed out and use command spells constantly, and like you let days go by, because you could do this event when there was like 13 days left or something. So you could every turn make sure a command spell was back, and you could NP every single turn. And hell, you could heal if you waited long enough. You could heal and NP every single turn. I wonder if that would be enough to win. Like the stage ends after a certain amount of turns or something. But I wonder if you truly min-maxed like that. I wonder how well you could do here. Also, you could have the CE MLB, so that you could be doing way more damage. If you just got a CE drop, you could be doing 100% more damage. and then you'd be NPing and all that every turn, so. I mean, honestly, from the outside looking in, all the drama stuff on Twitter is hilarious, and I actually find it, like, just hilarious. Like, it can be truly fun to observe from the outside, but, like, when you think about, like, what's actually happening, and, you know, we've actually gotten to this point, and all the, like, just nonsense, and it's just, like, I don't know, it's saddening to me. But again, it's hard not to laugh at some of it. Alright, guess we do this. Like, we could NP that turn. Use a command spell, NP that turn, you know, quick, and all that. And then NP next turn, and so on and so forth. It depends on how many turns they give you, because even if with an MLB CE, that's a lot of health to get through. But we would be doing quite a bit more damage than we are now. Oh right, that's right. You have both of people have the buff block permanently, but you can still get your battery. That means the command spell. I guess the heal's good then. I'm not command. Command spell still works, but I mean like the Mystic Code. That's the one. Your Mystic Code can't do too much. Yeah, that still looks wrong. You can see by the way her hips are that ain't right. Like that is not right. I think the stage ends when she enemy NPs. Well, let's see. If we NP, basically you get to NP like what 4 times. So if you NP'd 4 times and you were doing 100% more damage, you'd also crit more because if you're NPing a lot, you'd be doing quick chains a lot. Yeah, you might be able to be. I think you'd get her low. I don't think you might not be able to quite get there. I don't know if you got really good luck though, and you were like waiting a day to get your command spells back. Actually, you would only have to wait 1 day, I think, because if you have 3 command spells, you don't. I think you'd only need 4. You'd only need 4 command spells here. You don't have to wait 1 day. The hard part is actually having the fucking CE MLB because you know it doesn't seem to want to drop. Oh wow, you get another turn. Okay, so you have 5. Yeah, I think you could kill her. I think you could kill her. Like hell, we're almost to halfway anyway, and we're not using command spells, and we don't have the MLBCE. So yeah, I think you could probably kill her here. You won't be able to use MP5 on the rerun because they're gonna force you to bring the temporary one. I think. Like you don't get to pick which one you bring. I'm pretty sure they're gonna force you to bring temporary. Yeah, I think you can kill her though. Like that was pretty close. With command spells and all that, I definitely think so. Hell, I think you might be able to do it with just the MLBCE, and if you just use your default command spells. I don't think you'd have to actually wait a day. I'm not sure though. Level 80, you would have won, yeah, obviously. Alright, this is Ghosty. Alright, let's make the who do we want to use? Definitely not a Lancer, that's gonna be way too easy. Trying to remember, I think you need Chin for this one as well. That kind of limits our options. I could do Blood Axe again, because I summoned Blood Axe from this account, so I could do that again, but we should do somebody else. Martha she's basically counterclassing though. Because she's a ruler, so she's taking the half damage like a counterclass, and then her third skill works. So that's not really any different from using a Lancer. And Lancers are gonna be way too easy here. Like a Lancer's just gonna, like you wanna do it neutral or you know, even being counter class. If a Saber could do this, that'd be kind of awesome. Can Gwaine do this? That would be tough. Hold on. Let me give him command codes. Let's see. I don't think Gwaine could do it just because, you know, there is such a difference between counterclassing neutral and then being counterclass. Like, it's just insanity. Let's see. So I actually tested lawful on this guy or girl, and they're not. That may just be the giant ghost though, but they don't have lawful, so X-nay on that. By the way, I've maxed 2 of Gwaine's cards here. It's funny, Gwaine's not like my favorite character, but I decided to give them to him because I feel like he benefits from those more than most people, and I was like, fuck it, I just want to see what happens if we get, you know, full-on gorilla. It'd be hard to try out, it'd be hard, I could try, the problem with that is I don't have MLB K-Scope on this account, so if I don't summon an MLB K-Scope Chin Gong, it's really difficult to get rid of you properly and set them up right, but I might try her anyway and just, hope Chin dies. I'm clicking all the wrong buttons because this UI is terrible. Nope, that's not it either. I love how they made the picture for that one look like a command code, but it's not for command codes, even though the UI looks the same. It's great. I almost want to put this on one of Gwaine's Buster cards. I don't know if that's worth it. I'm thinking it's not. We need to focus on so much damage. Maybe put this on one, I don't know. I mean, this is a must. So for crits, this is amazing. That's 25% damage. Got that 10% to undead, which works to be crit or not. This is actually good value when you're being counterclassed because it's just set 1,000. I actually think we go with that. Because we're probably not going to crit every turn by any means, so... if you haven't beat Lost Belt 3, use just wears her sunglasses in the story. Makes all the difference, by the way. I'm doing well. Let me think. Probably not going to use these cards too much. But it doesn't hurt to have options. Especially if you get him like you're about to break his health bar anyway, and so there's no need to triple buster. You can work those in. Maybe debuff removal. He's got that one that's kind of annoying. So I don't think we're going to be healing much. Yeah, what about that? Okay. Let's see what happens. I don't think he's gonna win this, but a little bit of blood. So something that I think that would really mess up Choco Jana is the fact that the boss gains Pierce and Vulnerability on the last health bar. That would be a real problem. Now, Gwen probably could do this if we did that, but this fight's not too hard, that thing, so... Besides, Blood Axe did it without, so we gotta do it old school style here. Alright. If this boss wasn't an archer, I will say it would be dead as fuck, but this is what makes it interesting. I could Art Chain. I think I will Art Chain, and then I'll probably never focus on NP gain again. Yeah, I guess we shouldn't use a Gut CE because of the boss gimmick. I don't know what else we would use though. I think it still works. We'll see. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. Yeah, we did pretty good. Oh wow, Chin didn't die. We needed to reset anyway. Actually, out of all the times that I've done this, I've never seen Chin live there. No, I don't think Limit Orb is 0. I would only consider it if it was like level 100, which mine on this account is not. It's like 20 or some shit. Like even this one, I'm not sure. Like this one maybe. I don't think we're gonna crit enough for this one to be worth it. Honestly, as boring as it is, it might be this, just because sometimes starting NP is just gets you that extra leg up, it buys you a turn, and sometimes that's more than you'll get. I think it's either this or this. It's something one of those. So yeah, this isn't even MLB. So yeah, I'm not sure about this one though, because for a lot of the turns, it's just going to be a 15% buster up, right? You're not going to be getting the crit up that often in this setup. But when you do get it, it might be when it matters. So it's one of those two. I'm gonna try this one first, just because I want to see if getting the NP right off the bat lets us break the first health bar. But yeah, we might do was it Victor from the Moon or whatever. I have no idea if Kiyohime can solo this, and I don't really care to try. I don't think there's a single Lancer in the game that can't solo this stage. Like, I'm serious. I think even Benkei can solo this. Now, Benkei would need to be maybe a bit more pimped out than pretty much every other Lancer, but... Like, the thing is, a lot of bosses are so hard that when you're counterclassing, it's fun, right? But this boss only has, like, 300,000 health, you know, like maybe 400,000 health total. That's nothing, right? So if you're... You know, Berserker still has an easy time, it's just that, you know, they do take a lot of damage. And in Blood Axe's case, he's a 2-star for God's sakes. But I don't think there's a single Lancer that can't solo this. Even Benkei could probably do it ungrailed. He was 10-10-10. I'll be pushing it a little bit on that one. That's like the only one that would be pushing it would be Benkei. Not a very good opening hand, but and Gareth, you know, Gareth's kind of like the most typical regular low star Lancer, and she can do this easy. So I think the reason Gwaine won't be able to beat this, and I actually think this is going to completely make it impossible for Gwaine, is he's not going to be able to kill the boss before the boss casts Guts. And that there's just no way. If this boss gets Guts off, he gets 2 stacks of Guts. There's just no way. Gwaine can't, like... Each point of health that this boss gets, each health bar is getting, you know, way more value than normal because we're doing half damage, right? So he's just way tankier anyway, and the fact that he's got 2 stacks of Guts, and there's no way we're going to stop that. Where, like, a lot of other units could just kill him before he casts Guts. There's no way a Saber's going to do that. Damn it, we're at 90%. That sucks. Yeah, springing starting NP is not worth it if we don't get our NP on this turn. Like, it's just absolutely not worth it. But we could so easily have gotten our NP on this turn. That was actually quite bad luck. Pretty damn good damage, though, considering he's an archer. I might go Atlas instead of Anniversary Blonde. Keep our skills up for 6 turns. I'm pretty sure he casts his Guts on the 5th turn. I think it's like the turn after his NP. It's either that or when... Because it's not just when you break his last health bar. It's kind of weird. This fucking crit spread, 90 and 100 on the 2 cards we can't use. That's some fucking bullshit right there. It's not enough damage on that turn. I'm gonna definitely switch to Atlas. Atlas I think will be better. Especially because the crit RNG here is too random. I don't need Guts because we'd already lost. Chat, what do you think I'm about to say about backseating? Chat, why? Shut the fuck up, Jesus. Why would I cast Guts there? Like, we had so blatantly lost. Like, Jesus Christ. You want to backseat? Go backseat somewhere else. I swear this background looks like something you would see in CCC or something. Although the floor and the regular wall are like way too regular colors. It's just the blue shit. But like everything else is way too normal. I think we cast this now. Because we have Atlas, it'll come back in time. Man, if we had crit right there, that'd have been nice. Although we'll get our NP anyway, but that would have been nice. So we need Guts to not proc this turn, but no. I don't think this is gonna break. Fuck! Yeah, if that was his turn when he was gonna cast his skill, we would have lived there. That sucks. Because now we're gonna be one turn off from our guts coming back. Oh. Yeah, it's another thing, is he couldn't do that because the guts he would have would be the unremovable one. Feels bad. I don't think Wayne's gonna do that. You could definitely min-max and get further. I think you could, if you got lucky and you min-max, you could probably make it to the final health bar. But, there's no way, you're not gonna stop him from casting the guts. And you're absolutely not getting through a double charge of guts. Definitely think starting in P's better though. Especially if you're not using Atlas, because with Atlas, you know, you can crit, which makes Victor from the Moon better, but if you can't crit, it's not that good at all. And again, attack up from Golden Sumo is one of the only CEs in the game that'll make your extra attack do more damage, so... Oh, if you got Art of Death, though, and that new Yang... That Yang one is so busted, dude. That CE is crazy fucking busted. What's a shame is we got a lucky hand there, but we can't really take advantage of it because, you have to chin in P. I think you still have to cast his third skill. You just have to get lucky and hope you don't die on that one turn. And we can get our NP though without using it here. Yeah, I guess I just won't use it. But I think in the long run you need to get every bit of value you can, so I think you need just a run where you cast it first and then you don't die and you can cast it again. Actually, I could have done a combo there to do more damage. But I need to focus that much in the game. Man, it's a lot of damage, all things considered. It's just not quite enough. And it just barely pops her guts there. Egwene is just not got the right kit for this. Also, the skill seal is actually bad here. Actually, skill sealing I find is so bad so often when soloing. There are rare instances where it's not, but it is incredibly common for it to be a bad thing.
受けたまわりました。この剣は太陽の星、あらゆる苦情を清める小村のかげろう、エクスカリバーガランティー。はあ、受けていただく。
Well, still not doing too bad, but definitely not winning this. 'Cause yeah, he's gonna cast Guts, and then we're doomed. We're also just dead this turn anyway. Would you care to get a lucky ass crit? I know, right, Rex? Imagine not beating your counter class. But yeah, I think you could at least break the first 2 health bars, but there ain't no way you're getting past the 3rd one. You might get to it, but you're not getting past that one. I mean, I can't really use anything other than what I have on this account because I won't have Shingon, so... I mean, I will, he just won't have K-Scope. Want to see how Achilles does because he's AoE and this is single target and he's neutral, so... fairly reasonable. It's just Achilles is actually a good unit is the thing. Like, just a little bit.
単純単純いけませんね。
覚悟はできてるんですよ。
そして命の価値に区別なり任せろ。この辺りが頃合いですか。まさかの企画一時。
Plus dog around Gailing. Oh, he's bad for the situation. Look at him critting. The question is, could Gawain win with the damage CE? I actually think in that one, yes. I think Gawain with the damage CE could probably win. Because he's basically a berserker at that point. And him being a berserker is better than Blood Axe, to be honest. So yeah, Gawain with the damage CE could definitely win. Especially if it was the MLB one. Because at that point, you'd be breaking the health bars a lot faster, and you still have enough guts to... Wow, we broke there. AoE, by the way. Nice crits there, champ. Oh, I could have gotten... we're using Achilles with like no command codes. I could have given him like the Stargin and shit on his quick cards, so we'd make 50 stars and crap, and I could do like Buster crit damage up and that kind of nonsense. Yeah, we could be so much stronger than this if I switched my command codes around. Forgot. Like, we could have done so much more damage on that turn right there. Casting this now, actually it's not gonna really matter though, because he's gonna get Pierce and Vulnerability. Honestly, you could do this without being in P5 if you just had the right command codes, definitely. But this is why it's like it's boring if you do it with a Lancer, because your damage is just so fucking high, and then you're taking like no damage back. Like he's AoE and neutral for God's sake. If you're doing single target and counter class, it's just gonna be silly. This son of a bitch has not even gotten he just got through Guts after all that time. I don't think he casts Guts unless he's on his last health bar, but also he doesn't do it, I think it's on turn 4. I'm pretty sure if you break, I've noticed if you break on turn 4, like if it was turn 4 now, anyway, he won't cast it from that scene, but he'll always cast it the next turn. But I think he, it has to be on the last health bar too, but I'm not sure because I've never gotten that far into the fight and not been on the last health bar, so I'm not really sure exactly how that works. I actually cut this pretty close though because that's right, yeah, our invulnerability doesn't work. I need to not use Atlas then. Yeah, we actually lose because of that. That's pretty fucked because yeah, this thing procs multiple times. I actually have no idea how many times this Guts procs because I asked people on Discord because the setup I used, he killed him before it ever procced, and everybody gave me a different answer, so I don't actually know how many times he... I know it procs more than once, but some people were saying 2, some people were saying 3, so I don't actually know. Yeah, I don't think Landling would work, because yeah, as Ari said, when you're being counterclassed, the base damage is just too high. We got wrecked there at the end because invulnerability don't work. I mean, it's not really a damage race if you're a Lancer, right? Like, then you can easily deal with the... The funny thing is, if you're a Lancer, though, you're the most likely to not let him cast Guts. Like, a Lancer is the most likely thing to never allow the enemy to cast Guts, right? And see, that's where you have your NP. You need to be able to... Because if you have your NP, and you've already killed him once... The problem is almost every unit under the sun that's at neutral is going to have to use their NP to break that first health, or to get him down to no health anyway. But basically, you could attack, do the 3,000, that's a life, then NP, that's a life, and then you attack after the NP, and that's a life, right? But a lot of units aren't going to have the ability to do that. His account doesn't have Ben-K, because why the fuck would I level Ben-K on an ult account? Like, it was painful enough leveling him on my main account. I mean, look at his mats. It's ridiculous. And I literally just did that for the memes. But I'm never going to level something like that on an ult account. Like, the only account that I level completely stupid bullshit is on my main. Like, I don't got the time or the resources to waste on garbage like Ben-K on an ult account. I wonder how Pinth would do, because she has better DPS than Blood Axe, but she doesn't have her own Guts. I think she would actually lose, I feel like. If she was Grailed like Blood Axe, then she might win, but I feel like Pinth would lose. I always get so annoyed with this though. Whenever I always like look around and try to look at units I can win with that can barely win. That's what I'm looking for. And then people are always suggesting stupid shit that like obviously is gonna win. Like I haven't thought of it, guys. Like I can't figure out how to beat this boss. I'm stuck, guys. And it happens every fucking time I do this kind of thing. It's really this is why when I do it on my main, I don't stream it. Yeah, if you have buff block, you can stop his stuff. Yeah, I know. Ben-K's like got some of the worst mat requirements in the game. And he's also trash. It's like, it's kind of dumb. If she had her own gut skill, she could definitely do this. But without one, I'm not so sure. She's just not going to live long enough, I feel like.
練習と思えば仕方ないけど。
ひらめきましたぞ。
覚悟はできてるんでしょうね。
So I could focus on a damagey combo if I used her second skill. just trying to think if the timing makes any sense, because you'll end up overcharging. I think you try to not NP the first health bar, you try to NP the second health bar. I'm gonna do a somewhat damagey combo anyway. We're gonna do this. Just hope for the best. I think we'll be short though. I don't know. Her art card does alright. Oh my god. Fuck you, dude. He fucking double crit. Okay, well, for science, I want to just see real quick if you can break with a bucket thing here. Why are you casting Guts, though? God. Fucking double critting, by the way. So, Blood Axe could actually live if he double crit like that, because he was very... I guess at least you can break it. That's good. Yeah, I had crit down. Although it was rank 1 crit down. That was pretty bullshit though, because he's not an assassin. This guy's crit chance is not that great. Like, it's not like super low or anything, but his crit chance is not like really high like most ghosts are. Actually, crits pretty rarely from what I've seen. I mean, they give a lot of bosses custom crit rates, and saying I fought this guy a lot is an understatement. You have no idea, and he really did not crit that much, especially at the beginning, because, you know, he has crit down. Like, an archer's crit chance is quite a bit lower than an assassin's, and then very much so if they have fucking crit down, and then after that, you know, your health is low enough, you don't care if they crit or not, so... We might not get our NP now. It's gonna be close. I guess I'll just do our Buster card after the NP. That'll fix it. You do Buster. That's probably greedier than we should be. Although I have a feeling, I mean, look, when Shin Gong's first skill's level 1, it's probably only 10%. Still, Archer and 10% is enough that it's not that good odds. Yeah, it's 10% at rank 1. 30% at rank 10. And 1 crit is fine, it's 2 crits that's not. Wait, no, that's a mistake. I shouldn't do that until next turn, I think. Well, there's probably not enough turns in the fight for that actually to matter. I should give her command codes. It's almost like respecking is free or something. What is wrong with me? That would have been really helpful. I could give her the 10% battery on her art card and do NP and art here. Yeah, she might be able to do this then. I don't think we're doing it right now, but with command codes, I actually think I can see this might be doable. Oh yeah, you can do quick art there, no problem. The main thing is that she needs to be able to kill right now. If she doesn't kill right now, he'll cast Guts. Or he casts Guts anyway. Is it right? What the fuck? Why did he cast Guts there? He normally does not cast Guts if you're that early. What? Am I missing something? I'm confused. Because I did that when I was doing this Blood Axe, he would literally never ever cast Guts until the next turn. I don't think I was not a turn faster with Blood Axe. Like, no way. What's the reason? I don't think I was a turn faster with Blood Axe. I don't think it's even possible to go a turn faster. Obviously, he's just scared of Pence, and that's why. Okay, hold on, I need to add the command codes anyway. I'm gonna check my video because like I had done that fight several times, and he never cast Guts on the first turn ever. Like on the first turn that I would break, he would never do it. So I'd have one turn to try to kill him, and if I failed to kill him, he would no matter what, he would always cast Guts every single fucking time. And like Blood Axe doesn't have skill seal or anything. Hey, no, he's later. He did it later. I wonder if you know what? I wonder if it's because he's later. I think he might like follow like a pattern. Like on this turn he casts this skill, and this turn he casts this skill. That actually might be why, is because Blood Axe is slower. That sounds insane, but I think that might be why. Like maybe the turn that he would normally have cast it, he hadn't broken the health bar yet, so he didn't do it. Because yeah, the ghost is on turn 4 for Blood Axe, and it was turn 3 for Pence. Normally that wouldn't be a thing, but I wonder if that is what's happening. That's the only thing I can think of. It's either that or it's random, but I don't think it's random because I did it so many times with him not casting it. Like I wonder if doing it where it's turn 4 for the ghost just somehow misses the timing, or if it's turn 3 or 5 it doesn't. That would be my guess. That's really specific though. That sucks because I don't think Pence can afford to wait a turn. I mean, maybe she can. Like, stalling a turn would be rough there. Because Blood Axe could afford to... First of all, Blood Axe wasn't really stalling. It was more that, like, because his stats are lower, that was just kind of how the timing worked out, right? But Blood Axe can actually survive longer than Pence can, because he's got the attack down and the extra guts. So, if she needs to get there on turn 4... I'm not sure she can live that long. See, you need to be able to click these like this and have it take it off the other unit. That's how CEs are, and that's because respecking is free now. They absolutely need to change it to be like that. I actually think it's fucking absurd that they haven't. Like how stupid do you have to be? Like when you realize that you can respec for free, of course people are going to be respecking all the time, and having to manually take them off the other unit is just stupid. I figure they're going to fix it eventually, but I honestly think it's absurd that they did not fix it initially, because again, this game makes a couple of dollars. Now, if you want to crit on that last turn, I should get, because you're gonna do NP quick art. Or NP art quick, just depending on like how the NP gain works out. So if you want to crit, you should do this, because then you have actually a rather high crit chance. You do a quick attack with a good hit count, extra attack, the set star gen, and an anniversary blonde. But if you're pushing it on an NP gain, then we need to do like this or something. Actually, we should switch it around and put this on the art card and the other one on the quick card. I'm gonna try the star gen first, and if I'm like, oh hey, this is just not enough NP gain, then we'll switch. If they wait for next anniversary, they can show they're improving the game. Yeah, that's pretty much their logic at this point. Might make that a crit one instead. Berserkers don't really need the flat damage. The main thing is, I don't know how often we're gonna crit. We may only have one crit turn, so having reliable damage might be better. Because the reliable damage, you're still doing more damage when you crit, but you do more damage if you don't crit.
そろクエスト
Man, I'm really. I wonder if she could get away with doing like Kaneth, the Kaneth CE, because that would be a way that she could stall if she needs to stall a turn. I just don't know if she'd have the damage then. I'm gonna try with what we had, and okay. First we're gonna go as fast as possible, and we'll see what happens. And then if he does cast Guts again, I think we'll try waiting a turn and then see what happens. And some of that's just for science. Oh hey, thanks Beastly. What a bro, by the way. But I really want to know why, because he was consistently. Hey, KCE, thank you for the. I feel so bad though. He does this every time. Thank you for the gifted sub. I said Kaneth though, to be clear. But yeah, I wonder. Does this account have it limit broken? I'm not sure it does. My main does. Normally that doesn't matter at all, but it's a little bit more flat damage and it's actually nicer. Yeah, I don't think this account has it limit broken. Let me check something. Yeah, I don't think I can limit broken right now. It's not worth doing until you can, and generally have another one left over, or 2 other ones left over, because it's not that good to limit break this thing, and having more copies of it is generally better. Yeah, no, I feel bad. He gives a sub almost every time I say it, and so I don't want to say it because of that, but at the same time, it comes up a lot, so might start calling it the CE that must not be named or something. I don't even know who it is. It's so mysterious, man. I have a hunch of who I think it might be, but I'm not gonna say for now. But I do have a hunch. A really bad opening hand. It's a bit concerning. We'll just go for damage then. So yeah, that's so weird. It's pretty rare that you would use that one CE on Pimp in a solo, but it might be the right thing. If she has to stall, it's going to be the right thing. But she may not be able to win with it though. That's the thing. I'm not sure. I almost don't need to use this attack and buster skill here. I'll just do the attack one. Okay, this is okay to use it now, even though the charge is going to waste. I don't think there's enough turns. Now, if we use the that one CE, that'll be different. I mean, I'm going to use this because then I might not have to buster chain, which is actually good. %? Nah, we'll do that. Probably did not need the buster up because the entirety of the extra attack went into the void there. Hey, Gambler. I think I said that right. Sure, it's the Gambler, but you know. Okay, see, for Blood Axe, this was turn 4 every time. Like every time he broke here, it was turn 4. So I really do wonder if that's the magic turn to not get Guts. Gambling Gloria. I have a feeling that's what it is. It needs to be turn 4. Now, I could have just whipped a turn there. No, I'll need the CE. Because, yeah, she can't get through the guts. Man, Blood Axe was kind of meta and I didn't realize it. Like, I mean, it was still really hard with Blood Axe and it took me a while to figure it out. And actually, something went wrong in the video. I figured out how to... the second I figured out how to win, I started recording. And then what happened in the video happened, like with the whole not getting my MP. What I was originally going to do is I was going to not use the wife support skill, you know, his first skill at the beginning. And I was going to NP after Chin died, and that would break without needing the first skill. And then you use the wife skill later, and it basically allows you to do like combos that get your NP back and still break. So basically the same shit happened, it just happened in a weird way. But I didn't even realize that. Blood Axe was like being meta and like breaking, always breaking the second health bar in a way where you would not apply guts for one turn. And I just never noticed because I thought I was just going fast enough or something, but it was actually because he was going slow enough. I'm glad I'm doing this again because I wouldn't have noticed otherwise. And like when I was originally doing it, I was breaking even slower. And then he was casting it, right? And then when I would break that one turn faster, he wouldn't cast guts. And I'm like, oh, that must be because it's like it's too soon, right? But I think it's like if you do it too soon, he'll cast it. If you do it too late, he'll cast it. So we just found that Goldilocks zone without even meaning to. Because like when I was originally attempting with Blood Axe, I kept breaking like even later. Okay, let's see what happens if we bust out. Dear Mid's Master CE. There we go. You can't get me on that one, chat. I think he doesn't cast it on his MP turn. Yeah, I think that's what it is. And there's another boss that's like that. It's it's that demon pillar fuck. I forget. I think it's Barbatos. But I think it's Barbatos anyway. He will like always cast like that NP up Pierce of Vulnerability or whatever the fuck skill, but he won't do it if he is NPing. I may be getting his skill wrong. I don't remember what skill he had, but I found a few bosses that are like that where they're scripted to do something, but then if they happen to be their NP turn, it'll like skip the action and then they'll do it next turn. What's funny is I actually had that thought earlier. When I was playing Blood Axe, I just forgot because I'm very absent-minded like that. But I wasn't sure and I didn't test it. But that would make sense because I have seen bosses in the past that behave that way. We are losing a lot of damage with this though. Like this throws out quite a bit at the window. See, the problem is I like Kenneth as a character, right? So I want to, you know. By the way, I think it's so bullshit that he added his fucking sister into the game and they basically just copied his attacks and stuff. It's just so lame, dude. Like, I would have been so cool if he, like, I don't know, maybe... The thing is, I know there's no way they're adding him. There's no way they're adding him now. Like, if they did, like, a Fate Zero rerun, they still wouldn't add him. And if they did, he wouldn't have his, like, his, you know, Mercury stuff. Because they've already done that, right? It's so lame, dude. So now, I don't know when I catch my second skill. Okay, I don't even just... Yeah, we lost some serious stats there. We do gain the flat damage though, it helps a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate her either. It's just, it's bullshit. Like, he's the one that they literally designed that toolkit for him, right? And then they just added it to her as an afterthought when they made case files because, oh, we're gonna make his sister, right? Like, it's just, and then she's the one that gets in, right? It's silly. Yeah, if they added both, great, but of course not. Like, when they made Kenneth, they had not even designed her. She didn't even exist, right? It's just an excuse. How many turns? Well, I get my... Oh god, this is complicated. I'm trying to think if I use the Merlin and put it on cooldown now, if it'll be back by the time I need it.
覚悟はできてるんですよ。
出直していらっしゃい。
Let me think. So, one turn when we break this one, we have to stall a turn. I think it'll be back. I think it'll be back. Wait, no, would it be back after we broke the second health bar? Okay, hold on. We break this health bar next turn. And then we wait that one turn. No, it'll be back. I can art chain. Do I need the damage health though? That's the question. Let's find out.
温情なく
Yeah, my favorite like modern Magus is probably Wadim as well.
炸裂するは規格一陣必要な犠牲でした好機ですよ
Him and Canis were homies, man. We done fucked it up.
覚悟はできてるんですよ。あ、
I'm concerned we're not gonna break here.
よかろう。
The extra attack though, we're giving the 3 of kind bonus too. That should be enough. Oh yeah, that's enough. Okay. Okay, there's our extra turn. So I need to not break, but wait, I think I need to not use my first and third skill because I kind of need to NP here. Shit. Because if there's some problems here. Because if I Buster, and we crit, we're probably going to break right now. Which we absolutely don't want to do that. But if I don't Buster, I'm worried I won't break next turn. I think we kind of meet in the middle. I think we do Buster like Quick Buster. And we just don't do the big boy crit. That should be alright. That might not be alright. Okay, we crit, so it's alright. There is some weird RNG there. Yeah, it's definitely, though, that he can't cast it on his NP turn. I'm really frustrated that I didn't think of that sooner, though, because I'm pretty sure I did think of that earlier, then I forgot, and I don't... That's kind of an obvious reason why he couldn't do it, because there's been many bosses in the past that you can skip over a gimmick or delay a gimmick on their NP turn. There's been several bosses like that. I don't remember for sure, but I want to say Tam in Setsubun is like that, where she's scripted to always cast the battery skill, but then on her NP turn she isn't, I think. Either that or she NPs it in and then does the battery. I want to say that's how it works. I'm not sure there's any point in me casting that skill now, but this all works out really differently than I thought because of the Canis CE. So this is fascinating. This I already knew, and I actually thought about saying this in the video, I just didn't bother because the strategy changed. So, with Blood Axe, you get that one turn where the boss doesn't cast Guts. You also will probably live that turn. the turn, because the turn that he's supposed to cast Guts, it counts towards his 3 actions, right? Like bosses get 3 actions per turn, and then the gimmicks are freebies, right? Like they get like gimmicks or freebies. But so basically, his Gut skill is a regular ass skill. He does not get it for breaking the health bar or anything like that. He has to use, and this I knew. He when he uses the Gut skill, he'll only get to attack twice, right? So if you've done Blood Axe's 3rd skill and he's come back to life from the Mystic Code Guts, which is 4,000, he goes up to like over 6,000 health, and you can also have the 1k heal command code. He'll actually have enough health that Blood Axe won't die because the ghost can't attack 3 turns. So basically what's happening there is the reason he's getting Pierce Invulnerability and Insta Death up is because that's not one of his natural skills. Like if you could play as the boss and see his skills, it's not there. Because any skill that basically would appear there, like that they're allowed to cast, you know, whenever, those count towards their 3 actions, right? So if we use Skill Seal on this boss, the boss, even if he did not have his NP, the boss could not cast Guts, right? But he would still cast the Pierce Invulnerability and the Instant Death up, because those just happen when you break the health bar. It's like, if he was stunned, he would do that. But if he was stunned, he couldn't cast the Guts and stuff, assuming I'm right. But what's funny about that, though, is that means if you could play as this boss, you could recast the Guts over and over again. The reason why he doesn't is because he's like programmed not to do that. And there's actually a lot of bosses that are programmed not to use like their survivability skill more than once per health bar or things like that. So yeah, he has triple Guts like Nero as a skill, and he can just cast it whenever he wants. It's just the AI is scripted not to do that. He's basically scripted to do it as soon as possible as his first action, right? So basically, he basically, I think what it is he attempts to cast it as his first action every turn once he's on his final health bar. But he only does the check for his first action, right? So the AI is basically checking to do it every single turn until it's cast, right? But only as his first action. So if he's NP sealed, it'll skip it. If he's stunned, it'll skip it. And ironically, if he's NPing, it'll skip it, because the NP must be his first action, right? And his first normal action, right? You know, gimmicks and stuff just happen. They don't cast towards his 3 actions. But as soon as the AI gets access to his typical 3 actions per turn, the NP will always be the first action. However, interestingly enough, they do sometimes script bosses not to be like that. They occasionally will make a boss where they're scripted not to do their NP immediately. But this is clearly not one of those. He is scripted to do his NP immediately. But he's also scripted to always check to cast his Guts once he's on his final health bar. But that's really weird. That's kind of neat, though. I mean, I'm glad we did this enough, though, to figure that out. I enjoy figuring these things out. It's kind of irrelevant unless you're, you know... That's why, though, I like using units a lot of times that barely can solo something, because you have to figure this shit out. Like, because you figure out all kinds of weird shit about bosses. Dude, you have no idea how much I learned about Zeus. It was actually stupid, because Zeus, I think, is the boss fight that probably has the most going on, because you got a unique gimmick that's never existed before with the unit switching thing, right? Like the up and down nonsense. And then you have a unique Mystic Code that we've never seen before that also interacts with the up and down nonsense, you know, merry-go-round. And then there's just a lot of his own stage gimmicks, and his NP resurrects the other parts. And like we break his first health bar, he's, you know, does the debuffs. There's so much bullshit. And then there's some actions that are like predetermined and some aren't. Like NP Seal, like when he gets to his final health bar, he instantly gets his NP and NPs you, but NP Seal actually stops that. There was so much, because that boss was so difficult to do with just 1 to 3 stars, right? Like and not using things like Poster Girl and bullshit like that. It was very difficult, so I ended up learning just so much shit about his AI. Like it got dumb. And what's sad is because there's no story replay, I've forgotten a lot of it. I learned so much nonsense. By the end of that, I felt so big-brained. But I remember some of it, but I have forgotten a lot of it. So if I ever get to fight him again, I'm gonna have to relearn a lot of that bullshit. Dude, it was wild. Like that boss, man. That was one. I had so much fun though. I was having so much fun learning all that stuff, and like figuring out the statistics on things, and like when he is and isn't preset to do things. Like it was fun, man. But yeah, that's why I like trying to do things in like a you don't trivialize the boss, because you start, yeah, I should write stuff down. I take notes on some things. I took notes when I was testing things for the 4-star tier list video and stuff. I really should take notes on challenge quests so I can go back and look at them and stuff. And like, if this boss was harder, this would be a good example of someone to take notes on. Because like the whole, you know, him skipping the thing because he has his NP, but then the pierce vulnerability he won't skip and stuff like that. You know, that's good to remember. This boss though is not hard enough that it really matters and whatnot. So, but yeah, I wish I had taken notes of Z. I should have done that. I think we win here. I'm pretty sure she's like easily got this. I don't think there's any problem here. Honestly, once we realized what the fuck was going on, this is pretty easy for Pin. She has a lot of wiggle room on the damage and stuff. Like, I think she would have a bait. The only way you would lose is if something really stupid happened on turn 1. Like when you have your taunts alive. I think that's the only way you lose. I don't think, or if she crits like crazy. If you do like a Buster Chain on that one turn and she crits a lot and you broke too soon. But so I think her win rate here, if you bring the K-Nith CE, I can't emphasize his name more there. That's like that's as not K-Nis as possible. Anyway, I'm pretty sure her win rate's probably like 95% or some nonsense. No. First off, you can't do more than one a day. Second off, I didn't even like you can't do it there. This is bull. I still appreciate the sub, but that's bullshit. You're breaking like the predetermined rules I had in my head about this. Anyway, thank you for the gifted sub. Do they? I don't know. Do they sound that similar? I guess I mean they kind of do. It's like I feel like they don't sound like they don't feel similar to say, but they sound similar. That's kind of how I feel like. Right? Because, like, there's a lot of going on with Kenneth, right? So, like, I should have. Well, let's move on. I was gonna say there's a lot more we could test here, but I kind of want to get the Grail. Anyway, that was pretty cool though. That was neat how impactful that CE was. But yeah, I feel like when you're speaking them, you would never confuse which one you're saying, right? But I guess for hearing K-Nith and K-Nis are fairly similar. Dude, that was so, you don't understand. Like now it's a meme, right? Now it's a fucking meme. But it was not, it's not like there was an established meme in the FGO community about K-Nith and K-Nis, right? This was not a thing. Right, and so first off, you got like the whole thing like Medea CE. That's like a joke because it's not real, right? And people refer to a lot of CEs like that and stuff. And I mean, for the longest time, I mean years, it was not just me. Not everybody called it the K-Nith CE. Not everyone called it that. But multiple people did. It's not just me. Plenty of people called it that. Right, and like why, I mean, it's the only CE with him on it. He's a very memorable character. Literally everyone knows what you're talking about. If you say the actual name, a lot of people aren't going to know what you're talking about. When you went back in the day, back in my day, when you said it, everyone knew what you were talking about. And it was pretty widespread, right? And then, now, and this is what kind of bugged me, right? And I think rightfully so. K-Nis, as a character, had existed for a really long time. She just wasn't playable. Right, but she'd been in the story for ages, right? You know, like she literally was in the game for like over 2 years before she, you know, was in like as a summonable unit. And for all that time, no one got confused, right? No one would be like, oh, what K-Nis CE, right? Then when you said K-Nith, they knew what you were talking about, right? But then the second is like seriously, and I talked about her all the time because like we were building up the Lost Belt 5 and everything, right? And no one got confused about this. The second she got added to the game as a playable unit, even though she'd existed, boom, instantly, anytime I said K-Nith CE, everyone was like, K-Nis, question mark, what CE? Like, it was just, and then you'd have half a chat that was just, the corrupted little gremlins, you know, like I Love Arjuna there, I swear, with like, actually I don't think I Love Arjuna was one of them, but I don't know, they would intentionally confuse chat, right? Like they would act like, oh, I don't know what CEs he's talking about. K-Nis, what? Right? And they're just doing it to confuse all the other people in chat, and then it just became this stupid bullshit thing, right? Like I said, K-Nis had existed for all this time, and it was never a problem. And it instantly got to the point I just could not say K-Nith CE anymore without people thinking I was talking about K-Nis. This is bullshit. I know you didn't start it, but the main reason why I said that, Arjuna, was because you how do I describe this? You and Aerie are like, Aerie's probably even more like this, where like you're so on board with joining in with the corruption. I don't know how else to put it, right? It's just a thing. You're not against corruption in chat. I'll put it that way. I don't know what you're talking about as bullshit. All right, let's go get our Grail here. Oh, we get it right now. Okay, that was easy. But yeah, no matter what I do, it'll never go away now. I can never fix this Canis situation. And what's stupid is it's gone way beyond just talking about the CE. I actually doubt myself all the time now. Like it's like I can't say a word about either character without, like, they're so conflated now. It's such a mess. And they don't have anything in common. So I guess they're both kind of shitheads, but in very different departments, so. I mean, no, I'm not saying, like I said, first off, if you say that, a lot of people don't know what CE you're talking about. And I have to talk about Canis a lot outside of not just the CE. And I talked about Canis a lot when I'm talking about a CE. And now when I say Canis, everyone's saying I think I'm saying Canis. Bullshit. Won a couple of missions here. Hey look, it's a command code that's like almost good, but it's actually completely pointless. Like it's just this CE is so bad, or CC is so bad because there's always something else you could slot in that's better, and we can respec now. It's really I thought they made it a 5-star. I thought they made it a goddamn 5-star, and this thing is just not good. You're gonna get value at it like once every 3 turns, maybe, and it just doesn't do enough. Like it just doesn't do enough. Like if it's only kicking in 1 every 3 turns, it's not enough value. Like not at all. It's such a shame, dude. They're just hating on card games, man. Like, if it was like 25%, then it might be worth it, but at 10%, Yeah, I remember the second that command code came out, I read it on the wiki, I was like, yep, this is shit. It was instantly too unreliable. Now, if it applied to all of them, it would be good. Yeah, I agree. If we didn't have respecs, you could at least slap it on like a side unit. It's like, yeah, I like this unit, but you know, I'm not gonna give them like my really good command codes. And that's kind of why the respec kind of sucks, because you know, you got to kind of have like tiers to your command code. So. So, on my main account, I had won even more missions, I think. One of these, though, I don't think I had. I think one of these you have to do, like, the bonus mission to beat or something. I don't quite remember. So this stage is kind of neat. For a predetermined team, they actually did an okay job with this one. It's not, like, super hard or anything, but it's alright. I don't remember if you get your Mystic Code or not. I think you don't. Look at that. She actually did, or both of them actually both did their buff quests. They don't have full items, but you know, it's a start. Yeah, I don't know why Zoomer just randomly showed up in this event. So the Lancer we can fuck up the easiest because, you know, counterclassing. This is a weird hand though. Hmm.
はいはい邪魔うざいっつうのやばやば
Wow. Bad day for Nobu. Maybe I should have captured her evade. I want to wait until I use like at least 2 of her Buster cards in one turn, but... Oh my god! So when I did this on my main account, the actually attack goes in a lot, but they crit almost every fucking attack, and I was actually kind of worried. But now they're just murdering Nobu. Okay, now see, this is a hand I can get behind. I'm just gonna send this assassin to hell here. Oh, you know, we could not crit a single time. We only needed 1 crit to kill there. Any card I think would have crit and we would have killed it. Charm it! Yeah, I know. Canis' voice actress is crazy, dude. Well, that sucked. I like how they had less actions per turn and Nobu still died. I want to point out when I did this on my main, Nobu did not die. This is actually a lot closer. And we're going to die this turn if we don't kill everything, by the way. So, so the one thing I could face tank would be the Lancer. I could target split. Hey, that was not my fault, Rex. I played that pretty well, to be honest. I don't think I made any mistakes there. I'm gonna just make sure we kill this Saber. And then I think I'll just face tank the Lancer. He'll probably live. Okay, I think we made the right decision. We need to win next turn, though. Woo! If you could use that nice crit buff you got and, you know, end him. There we go. Rigged, lol. Yeah, we probably would have lived another turn unless you like double crit us. Oh yeah, you can switch between day and night now. Yeah, she has her upgraded NP, but she doesn't have a CE worth of fuck, and she doesn't have foe items. So I'm guessing the reason you don't get your Mystic Code is because you're not actually present. Like they're off on their own on the side doing shit. I'm pretty sure you're able to switch between day and night just when you beat the final boss. Wasting my NP up, but that's fine. I'm wanting her to kill that, and then the 2 actions should go to the first one, and he's charmed, so then they should only get 1 action. I don't think she's gonna kill this. Fucking Zoomer, you ruined everything! I had such a plan there! I should have done her first skill. Okay, surely she's gonna kill this now. Never count on a Zoomer, man. Ow. I want to kill the assassin because he's about to get his NP, but that thing's actually a threat. Uh-oh. Alright, I swear to God. Stop taking fucking selfies and kill the goddamn werewolf. Thank God. We would have killed it without the crit though, the extra attack would have done it. Okay, surely she'll do 35k to save her. Somebody just stop it. Don't think anyone had any doubt that they were shadow enemies. Alright. No, that's fine. And Windows bothering me there. I mean, people are allowed to have preferences. Expressing your dislike of something is not needless hate, that's just expressing an opinion. Gotta do the trick. Or not, god damn it. Oh, we win now. Like, there's definitely a time and place where people are like, that's my mouse, by the way. I was literally looking at that picture Beastly sent. Anyway, there's a time and a place where like people like throw in their opinion where it's not asked for and unwelcome, or like you just it's like that guy that's like, look at me, mom, get the camera, right? When you're not, it's like you're like trying to butt into something else, right? Like two other people are having their own conversation. Imagine this. You're at a maybe a restaurant or something, right? You're getting a sandwich with your friend, right? And you're in like you're like maybe me and Kai, right? We're sitting here talking about like, you know, servants we like and don't like in FGO or whatever. And then some random guy on the side just butts in. Kai's like, you know, yeah, I really like Kojiro, he's really cool. And some random guy's just like, I don't like Kojiro, and just butts into the conference. Like, the problem is not that you don't like Kojiro. The problem is you are expressing your opinion in a completely, you know, unacceptable circumstance. You know, that's the problem. All right, so like for example, let's say on Discord, literally anytime, like people bring up Paul all the time on my Discord, unfortunately. Anyway, and every single time I don't just blurt out, oh my god, Paul sucks, right? Because there's no point. They know I don't like Paul. Now, yeah, when someone brings up Paul in like a joking way, like they're like, oh, what if they add Green Knight, but it's actually Paul Bunyan? Then I'm gonna be like Dan's game, right? Because, you know, fair enough. That's a context where it makes sense, right? And for an example, when a streamer is using a unit and they're talking about how they feel about that unit, that's completely fine. And then as the streamer brings up that unit, if chat wants to start talking about that unit as well, that makes sense, right? Now, what wouldn't make sense, for example, is let's say you're watching a streamer and you know, they start talking about you know, Hercules, and they're like, yeah, I don't, you know, Hercules is okay, but I'm not really big on the big muscle head, you know, it's kind of whatever. And then someone in chat is like, oh yeah, well, I don't like Brunhilde at all. It's like, okay. Right, it's like, and we needed to know that. Why? Right, it's like, it's just a matter of like context. But you know, if the streamer's talking about Brunhilde and then the chat, you know, starts talking about Brunhilde, that's fine, right? And of course, chat can kind of go off on their own tangents and stuff, and that's fine. But it's kind of normal, like if you have a guy in chat that's like, oh, let's say anytime anyone in chat or the streamer talks about any servant, right, and that person always brings up that they don't like Brunhilde, it's kind of like you're just forcing that in, and it's just annoying. It doesn't matter what the servant is, right? But there's nothing wrong with people having an opinion and expressing it, right? It's just a matter of when and why and that kind of thing. Like, I've heard plenty of people talk about not really caring about Q. Doesn't bother me. I'm not 5, right? You know, if they say something untruthful or whatever, like, you know, he sucks as a 3-star, I might take issue with that, but I don't care if people having their own preference. It's fine. You know, I'm literally surrounded by people that like a bunch of units that I don't like, right? I know more people that like units that I don't like than the reverse, and that's okay. It's not a big deal. Honestly, I'm not a fan of strawberry Pop-Tarts. You know, I'm not really a fan of any Pop-Tarts. I don't hate them either, though. They're kind of just alright. The only Pop-Tart I can remember that I ever liked was discontinued when I was pretty young. And they were just an apple Pop-Tart with like some cinnamon on it. They didn't have icing. And I gotta say, those were pretty good. But they were discontinued pretty quickly, unfortunately. And yeah, so that kind of sucked. But other than that, I've never been a huge Pop-Tart guy. Like, you know, if they're, I don't ever buy them myself, but if they're around and I need a snack, you know, they're okay. And I honestly don't mind them when they don't have icing. But I'm not a fan of Pop-Tart icing. It's just, I don't know, it's cheap and just sugar. But strudel, there's some strudels out there that are pretty good. And I will say, and I get it, and I try to give people, I'm trying to get better about this. You know, a lot of people in my chat or in stream chats in general and stuff, they may not intentionally be trying to, you know, butt in when they shouldn't or whatever, right? It's just a matter of, you're kind of getting, you know, because it's difficult. A lot of people don't have a lot of social experience, and then certain people in chat are acting one way because maybe they're, you know, been part of the stream for a long time, and you try to join in and blah, 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 blah. So, you know, you want to give people wiggle room. Although in this case, literally no one did anything in chat, right? This is figurative, but But now what bugs me, and I've seen this several times, I'm not going to say any names right now, but I know several people in my chat that do this, is where they try to dictate what the streamer's talking about, which is like the stupidest shit. Because I'm sorry, it's not the same thing. Like, you might hate the power difference, but this is just how it is, right? The person streaming, it's like their house, right? Like, and what I mean by that is, in my actual physical house here, I get to do what I want because it's my fucking house. If you want to have the same, you know, power there, go buy your own fucking house, right? That's how this works, right? So if I'm in my house and, you know, I want to paint my walls green, right? You don't get any say in this matter, but you don't get to paint my walls whatever color you want just because I get to paint the walls whatever I want. That ain't how this shit works, right? You want to paint the walls, you got to buy your own fucking house, right? Same thing with streamer. You know, streamer gets the privilege of getting to talk about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. Now, if you don't like what they're talking about, or you think they're, you know, that's a bad take, or they're rude, or they're stupid, or you know, whatever, then you get to leave the stream, just like you get to leave my house, right? Well, I would hope so, and you know, unless this is like a horror movie, then you might not get to leave my house. But you know, generally speaking, if you walk in someone's house and you're like, I can't believe this guy's painting his walls green, I'm gonna walk out now, right? You get that. That's, you know, that's where you get your power, right? But I see people that are like, and instead of just disagreeing with the streamer or leaving, or because if the streamer's saying something you want to disagree with it, you're welcome. Go nuts, right? But when chat tries to tell, it's generally like a guy. It's not like chat collectively, but when someone in chat tries, not me, it can be any streamer. But it happens to me too, of course. But when chat tries to tell streamers what they're supposed to talk about or not, that's just stupid. Like, get off your fucking high horse. You know, it's not your stream. You know, and if you want to talk about something else, go to a different stream or start streaming yourself or whatever, right? It makes a lot more sense. Run. Chat, you're lucky. I don't actually care for the horror genre very much, so. But yeah, if you're trapped in someone's house, very different situation, right? You don't have to respect, you don't have to respect the person if you're trapped in their house, right? It's that totally different. You know, context matters here. Wait, what am I doing right now? Oh, this is a free quest. I think we win our missions here from doing this. Chad has been trapped in your house for years, living off Pop-Tart crumbs. I don't even have any Pop-Tarts in my house. I was like sitting here talking about Pop-Tarts like I'm obsessed with Pop-Tarts or something, but I can't even remember the last time I ate one. And every time I do eat one, I normally regret it. I'm normally like, that wasn't that good. I'm like, you know, it wasn't healthy for me and it didn't even taste good. Why did I eat that? That's generally how I feel about Pop-Tarts. Okay, chat, what's better? I was gonna say microwave. I've never microwaved a Pop-Tart. That sounds fucking disgusting. Anyway, what's better, raw Pop-Tarts or toasted Pop-Tarts? I would say it depends on the flavor, but I would say normally toasted. But it's not that much better, and it's work, right? It's only a little bit better. I think toasted is winning, but it's pretty split. It's almost 50-50, I would say, but I think toasted is winning that a little bit. But I've had a few Pop-Tarts, I think they're better raw. This is clearly a Pop-Tart stream. Frozen? Oh god, we have a poll. I'm... Why? No, don't fucking microwave. See, people are gonna vote for that just to be silly, and now we're gonna get corrupted data. And look at this. Look at this shit. A very large number of the votes are going into microwave. This data is corrupt. This data is completely corrupted. Also, I like how there's very few votes. So it's like, I don't think very many people care about Pop-Tarts. Fucking microwave is winning. I genuinely prefer microwaved Pop-Tarts though. I mean, for the people that genuinely feel that way, more power to you, but I feel like that's not the majority of the votes. Frozen. I don't feel like that's a product you could really eat frozen. Like some things you can freeze, you know, like ice cream and shit, and it's, you know, very edible as such. I'm not sure Pop-Tarts is one of those. Alright, what's our one mission left here? Let me look this up. I've done everything on my main, so we gotta catch up, man. And then start playing, I guess, the 1 to 3 star account. Oh god. What is this? 79? Just do free quests at night. Yeah, I think my main had just already done enough free quests at night, so that one just happened. Yeah, I'm almost positive. Because when, like, earlier on in the event, I just hung out at night a bit. I guess we'll smack the dragon because he can drop the... I think only one stage actually drops the CE that's not the Calamity Jane one, like the rare spawn one. I think only one stage actually does that. It's this one. Oh right, it's the Tiger Tank instead. You know what? Let's solo this. Fuck it. We don't really need anything from the event anymore. Fucking Microwave 1. And then Phantom, our Microwave champ with the resub for 16 months. The word less spoken, Microwave is the answer. You know what, chat? I'm not gonna try it. Next time, whenever I happen to have my hands on some Pop-Tarts, I'm not gonna microwave them. I'm not gonna lie. It's, that does not sound good to me. Unless somebody can convince me, as of right now, I remain unconvinced. I'll say that. Okay, we're gonna solo with a Lancer. I normally wouldn't do that, but because I'm gonna bring the bonus CEs. So, little mix of efficiency with bullshit. Who do we want to solo with? Let's go with Vlad. I want to use Vlad more. Go with the rare spawn. The odds of them spawning are pretty bad. Can we give Vlad the rare spawn though? That's a really shitty CE for him. Look at it. Wow! Good God. Look at this. We go from having almost 12,000 attack and then 15% attack, you know, beyond that, just from the effect of the CE, down to 9,700 and then no bonus 15% attack. That's rough. That's a big oof right there. I don't like Berserker Vlad. I like regular APOC Lancer Vlad, and he's not in the game now, is he? I'd actually be really hyped to get him if he was in the game. Yeah, assuming they did a good job with them, but oh my god, I can't believe we're doing that little damage as a Lancer. What the fuck? Oh my god. What the fuck? It tied! How did Toasted and Raw tie? I forgot to vote. I didn't see the poll. This is bullshit. No. Toasted won by 1 vote then, right? Because if I had voted, I would have voted for Toasted, you bastards. I didn't see the second poll. Rigged election. Perfectly balanced. I'm really surprised Raw did that well, though. We're gonna get impede in the face. I guess we'll just have to heal. Wow, this is just bad. I meant to do Buster Art Buster. Like every gear in my brain was going that way, except for the one that controls where my fingers click. Thankfully, we didn't take much damage there. Is frozen hot chocolate still hot chocolate? I mean, in terms of like category of food, I guess, but in terms of what the words mean, no. Because it is not chocolate that is hot. It is chocolate that is cold. Boil my Pop-Tarts. That is disgusting. That is way worse than the microwave. Like, I think the microwave would at least be edible, right? Like, as long as you didn't microwave it too long. Let's be real. If you put a Pop-Tart in the fucking microwave for 3 minutes, that's gonna be fucking disgusting. But you fucking boil Pop-Tarts? Oh my god, that is disgusting. Is it gonna be soggy? Oh my god, no. Like, it's literally gonna become soup. Fuck that. Blech. Like, that's actually nasty. I can't believe I'm casting this right now, but I feel like I'm going to need it. Like, if I was gonna microwave a Pop-Tart, I'd do it for like 30 seconds. Chaos with the year resub, man. How about flying Pop-Tarts or frying Pop-Tarts? That would probably just get burnt. I feel like they just get so burnt so fast that you just be eating charcoal, basically. I don't think that would pan out so good. Not nearly as bad as boiled, though. Chat, I just want to remind chat, there are other foods other than Pop-Tarts. I know I'm like, it's like telling a kid Santa Claus isn't real, but question mark? That's the best reaction there. It's like, excuse me. I actually kind of want to not kill this guy. Make as many stars as possible, not kill him, and then make as many stars as possible again, and hope I crit on that turn. Fuck, we're gonna kill him. Well, that's okay if we crit a lot. No, it's not okay, because I didn't get my MP. I should have done my... If I knew it was gonna kill, I should have done my third skill. I should have cast that way sooner, because it would have come off cooldown by now. This is really easy with a Lancer, by the way. Like I like how we're handicapping ourselves quite a bit because we're using that fucking rare spawn CE, and we didn't even get a rare spawn, so not worth. I never believed in Santa because my parents never said Santa was real or anything like that, so. I kind of doubt I ever would have believed it, though. Knowing even how I was when I was young, I was still pretty... There's almost no way, because when I was really young, I grew up at, like, my mother was just, like, crazy cult religious. And, like, I don't just mean, like, religious. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that's why... This is how religious my mother was. I'm pretty sure the reason they did not ever tell us Santa was real is because that, like, in their minds, conflated with the Bible, especially the version of the Bible they believed in. I'm pretty sure that's why. Which is a bit much, but I'm almost... I'll have to ask her, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason. Thankfully, she is not cult-like anymore, so that's good. Well, it's more like Santa Claus is based on Saint Nicholas. It's not really he is Saint Nick. Like it doesn't. It's kind of become its own thing, right? It's like that's what it was based on, but that was close. I like how its crit animation is just ramming into you. See if we can get some nice crits next turn. Finish it off there. I really like his animations. Hey, Heel, what's up, man? Thank you for the resub. 18 months, jeez. What is that archer? I know, right? It's got... You know what? I'm gonna try to not kill it, because I think we can... Oh, God, if I die here, though. I'll show off its MP animation, because it's really silly. I gotta do the least damage possible here. Thankfully, we got a really shitty attack stat, so... Oh fuck, they're 40% crit. Oh god. I think we're alright. Yeah, we're fine. I love how it just stays there for a second. It's glorious. I really like that second buster animation, it's cool. Be pretty awesome if I could get a CE drop on a account. Literally any of them. I'm so worried that they're gonna make us get a drop because there's not that many missions left and 4 of the missions have to be for you and 1 of the missions has to be for the other CE. And 1 of them has to be for a lore. Actually, we can look at this. I'm concerned. I mean, Berserker Vlad though is based on Lancer Vlad. That's why. It's almost like Berserker Vlad is a fucking fan fiction version of Lancer Vlad or something. Okay, so we got that 1 mission, so we have 7 missions left. So those are you, and then that's the other CE, that's the lore. That means, okay, I think that means there's 1 other one. That's either a summon ticket or the CE. Let's see, okay. So you, lore, other CE. So that leaves 1 left. So that it could be the Calamity Jane CE. I'm trying to think what else it could be. What do they often put at the end of events? It could be a summon ticket. It's pretty normal. At least 1 thing is a summon ticket. Like that's not rare at all. And so if it is a summon ticket, we're definitely not getting another lore. Yeah, they sometimes do 2 lores. I would hope not. Well, it doesn't have to be this one specifically, chat, because, like, you know, this one could be the lore, and then this one could be the Calamity Jane CE. Because, like, basically I'm just saying it's numbers, the order doesn't matter, right? They're basically saying 1 slot's going to a U, that slot's going to a U, that slot's going to a U, that slot's going to a U. You know, 1 slot has to go to a lore, obviously probably mission 100, but 1 of these is going to a lore. 1 of these is definitely going to the spawn rate CE, so that gives us 1 left, which is either another lore, a summon ticket, or a Calamity Jane. Why are people still saying the 100 is normally a lore? How it doesn't matter, right? You know, this could be the lore, this could be, you know, you, and you're still gonna have 1 left over, right? It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm worried. We haven't gotten any tickets from this event. It can't be a Grail. I don't think they're gonna do a Grail because we got a Grail from the story. I'm worried we're gonna need to drop. I think we're gonna need to drop, and there's a lot that supports that because look at how many days are left, right? They're like, oh yeah, it's plenty of time. There's no problem. They'll just get the drop when they get it. But it's gonna suck because if I want to do like a more budgety way of doing the challenge quest, or if I just want to do the challenge quest in something thematic or a unit that I like, you know, what I'm getting at is I'm not gonna be using Waver Merlin and, you know, Castor Artori and all that shit. So I'm gonna need the CE limit broken. And yeah, I don't got it yet. And I have to do it on 2 accounts. Then I have to do it on the 1 to 3 star account just because that account needs all the things it can get. Man, I mean, there's a chance. It could be the CE. It could be the CE. That last slot could be the CE, but I don't know. Dude, this truly frustrates me because this only affects me because I'm a content creator. Because if I was just a normal ass player, right? If I was just normally playing the game, I'd be just like, okay, I'll just use my natural AP until I see what the missions are, right? I'll just use my AP naturally. I'm not gonna use a single fucking apple. And then if I happen to get a CE drop, great. And if I don't, I'll just wait until the missions come out and I'll see what the rewards are. And if the CE is not one of them, then I'll start using apples to get the CE, right? And I'll just, if that means I do the challenge quest a bit later than normal, no big deal, who cares? But because I fucking make videos, you know, I need to be ready, right? And that incentivizes me to like start doing it now, start farming now. But then I could use a bunch of fucking apples, and then it is a mission CE. It's like, well, fuck. And I've already said though, I'm just gonna go easy on the apples anyways, because fuck it. I'd rather have apples Like, I care about the apples more, so... Because, you know, I'm crazy, Chad. I've gone apple, bananas. You know, there's a lot of foods that actually do combine apples and bananas, by the way, so this is okay. I'm gonna do one more mission here. I'm just gonna go, summon something full. Look at, like, Proto-Coup on this one, fuck it. We'll still do the rare spawn thing, though. I don't think he needs Atlas. We'll go default. I like how Cairo just immediately, it was super late at night, and he normally does not stream at that time of day or anything. We were literally talking about like random stuff that I don't think it had to do with FGO, and then that update just went live, and like as we were talking, I just checked the update, and I'm sure other people were messaging too when this happened. So you know, we were just casually chit-chatting, and I see Han's got an animation update, like, and this is like, you know, 5 a.m. for me, and then he just instantly says, like in all caps, "I'm streaming!" Like, it was amazing. Like, it's like, it's so late at night, and normally would absolutely not stream then. Like, so we were in the middle of a conversation, and I just said, "Han's got an animation update." It's just all caps, "I'm streaming." It was great, and then a while later, he started streaming. That was nice though. I decided I just waited. I didn't check out the animation I did myself. I just watched it in his stream, and that was a lot of fun. It's actually the first time I've ever seen an animation update, like the first time through someone's stream like that. Normally I see it like just myself, or like on the official stream or something like that. But yeah, I've never seen it through someone else's stream before, let alone Cairo. And then he got Kiara, indeed. Look at us not having command codes because the way respecking works is obnoxious as fuck. I wish that had not insta-killed, because that just gypped us out of 1 NP gain and 1 critical star. Like, we're objectively worse off because we insta-killed there. Because he would have killed it anyway, obviously. Let's go crit damage on the big doll. This crit spread's kind of wonky. You know, there are some solos where the solo could be run, because you might work out where you get to 98% instead, right? And that 10% less crit could actually be bad. Like, it could end a run. Now, it'd have to be a run where you're like really pushing it on value. Like, it would never be like this stage with Proto-Coup or something, but like if something was just barely in Proto-Coup's range to solo, and he needed some good luck to win, then that could make or break you. Oh my fucking god, he didn't kill it there. I should have done Butcher. And, oh, that's actually bad though, because that means they're gonna live 1 turn extra, so I'm gonna get NP'd by somebody. I was overconfident. I blame the CE. I very much do blame the CE on that. We would have killed the CE. I like how I don't do the stupid chat thing that Cairo does. I don't let chat force me to roll. I don't do that, because, you know, I'm not out of my mind. And I still got fucking Kiara. Fucking bullshit, dude. Dude, with the few tickets that I have left, and actually, if I wanted to, I could roll on the new account, or even the 1 to 3 star account, and I could get Brunhilde pretty easily, but I prefer not to do it on those accounts. But I swear to God, if I get Kiara again with like the 7 or 8 summon tickets that I have left, I'm not gonna be happy. I just like how I got so many 4 stars. Like, never mind Kiara, I got so many freaking 4 stars between all those summon tickets that I used, and none of them were the rate up. That was just awful. I think I could have gotten her like MP4 or 5. Seriously, if the coin flip had just gone like, seriously, here's the thing. It's not like there's a coin flip for every alternative 4 star. It's either you get the rate up or you don't, right? It's 50-50. And every single 4 star we got the other 50% that was not the rate up, right? So that basically means I got tails like 4 or 5 times, right? So if I had just gotten the reverse of that and gotten heads like 4 or 5 times, with just those summon tickets, I could have had like MP4 Brunhilde. That'd have been great, although it would have been split between 2 accounts. It would have been like MP3 on one account and like MP1 or 2 on the other account. But still, That'd have been nice and a hell of a lot better than fucking Banana Oni. See, it's a tiger tank, right? So I totally get my anti-beast damage, right? That's how this works. I think we've made this joke before. At least you get 3 stars really often, though. Like, yeah, the rate up is basically not a rate up. You have a 90% chance not to get them because that makes sense. But at least the 3-star procs often. But yeah, it is pretty frustrating the way they do 3 stars. The thing about 3 stars is people, because you get 3 stars often, is they expect to get the rated up 3-star and like 60 SQ, and they get mad if they don't get it in that. They don't realize that because of, yes, you get 3 stars really often, but because the rate's low, you still need to save up like 300 SQ, crap like that, right? And most of the time people don't. Ultimately, if you just run the math, you need the least amount of SQ to get the 3-star, right? Now there's still variance, of course. Of course you can have an unlucky streak or a lucky streak, obviously. That's not, you know, that's always going to be a thing. But like on average, you need the least SQ to get a copy of the 3-star, even though the rate up is so small. It's a bit closer than you would like, though. The difference between the 3-star and the 4-star is not as big. It's not that big at all, really. It just kind of sucks. Like the average amount of SQ you have to use is still a decent amount. Where with the 4-star, you know, it's still not great. It's okay, but then in 5-star, it's still the worst. Like even though the 5-star rate up is 70%, because the rate itself is so much lower, it is still slightly less common. Actually, it's a decent amount less common. The shitty part is when you get spooked like 5 times, right? Because that means you rolled 30% like all of those times, right? And that's not a good feeling. Yeah, trying to get the 3-star to NP5 is close to getting a 4-star. It's about the same at that point. But even again, you know, that's not that bad. Because getting a 4-star is not that bad either. Now trying to NP5 a 4-star can be bad. These fucking deaths, though. I made my first Buster attack meaningless. Anti-meta. Thankfully, Canis went pretty well for me. I think I only got 1 spook. I only got 1 4-star spook, I'm pretty sure. Basically, I got the opposite luck of Brunhilde. Although I wasn't pulling 4 stars quite as often, I don't think. Because I used like 450 SQ, and for Brunhilde it was what? I think it was fairly close, because Brunhilde was like 85 summon tickets or something. God, I had a lot of summon tickets, too bad they went to waste. Literally, did not really get any. Wait, no, I got the Yangtze once, and what did I get? I think I got at least something else that I wanted, I can't remember. There was a lot of 4 stars I didn't care about, though. Alright, I don't think we can do any more missions. Alright, yeah, I'll probably wrap up there. I need to eat, and all that. And about 2, you know, that was a good place to stop. We finished up the story, we got all of our missions done, we're in a pretty good spot. I think we'll start playing the 1 to 3-star count tomorrow, because I don't think there's any missions that unlock tomorrow, I don't think. And so it might be kind of fun to start catching up on the 1 to 3-star count. We wanted to do that anyway. One of these days, FGO's gonna have some downtime and we'll play some Darkest Dungeon. I've been kind of looking forward to trying that game out. Heard good things. Dude, if they add Guadia, oh god. So yeah, okay, chat. You wanna hear a pipe dream? Now, I actually think this isn't as big of a pipe dream as it might sound like. I know what I'm about to say. I think chat is just gonna think, oh, here goes green again. Like, yeah, like that's gonna happen, right? Like, I really don't think this is entirely that big of a pipe dream. I don't think all of these things are gonna happen. I think some of this might happen though, because okay, so I think, you know, Lost Belt 7 or Lost Belt 8, you know, some new, you know, whatever the big finale is, right? Or between Lost Belt 7, because I don't think Lost Belt 7 is going to be the end. I think it's going to be Lost Belt 7 and something else. You know, kind of like, you know, Solomon came after Babylon, or Lost Belt 7 Part 2 or something. You know, there's going to be a little bit more to it than we've said. So what I'm thinking is between Lost Belt 7 and whatever else comes, I'm hoping we see like regular Zeus, not Lost Belt Zeus, come to our aid. We see, you know, Guaidia, Tiamat, like all these crazy big boys showing up, right? And then the bad guys are gonna be nuts, you know, fucking orcs running around or whatever, you know, kill the alien god, all this nonsense, right? Like shit's gonna get, like, I don't think it's crazy to say. I think shit's gonna get crazy at the end, right? Now, and they're going, I'm telling you, they're going to throw some crazy shit at us at the end. They're absolutely going to. Now, I don't think we're going to get everything, right? I don't think I'm going to get everything I want. You know, we're not going to have, you know, Zeus and Guaidia and Tiamat and Green Knight and Agravain and Surricate. Like, you know, that's not going to happen. But some of this stuff happening, I think is pretty likely. Like, I could kind of see, like, you have all these crazy overpowerful beings on your side or a neutral, right? And they're not even doing that good because the ending is just that messed up, right? From what, we don't actually know how powerful Ort is, but from what's implied, Ort is definitely more powerful than a regular god. Like, absolutely. I would say it's between what the alien god has said, between what we've seen gods do, and like how Zeus was way stronger than normal in Lost Belt 5 and all that kind of stuff, and between what we've seen in notes and everything, I would say it's pretty easy to say that Ort is stronger than a regular god. Now, I don't think he's necessarily stronger than a primordial god. I think they might make him stronger than one of those just cuz. But they haven't said anything that gives us much bearing on how much stronger he is compared to a primordial. By the way, we only, as far as I'm aware, I was actually doing a lot of research last night. I ended up staying up way too late doing this for like no fucking reason. I just got really sidetracked. But as far as I'm aware, Fate has only confirmed 3 primordial gods. And they've straight up said primordial gods are much, much stronger than regular gods. And so the only ones they've confirmed are Tiamat, Abzu, and Chaos. Like I looked this up. They did say Chaos is a primordial god, which is, I'm really glad they did that because although Greek mythology is not half as old as a lot of other mythologies and stuff, he's literally called primordial chaos, right? Like in the actual stories and stuff, it's referred to. It's not even a he necessarily, it's kind of an it, but it's referred to as primordial chaos, right? So making it a primordial god, I think makes complete sense. I'm really glad they did that. But yeah, unless I'm missing one, only confirmed information I could find is Abzu, Tiamat, Chaos. And by the way, Chaos is insanely powerful, and this is why I'm not sure Ort is stronger than a primordial god. Because one, primordial gods are just way stronger than gods, but okay, so Chaos in Lost Belt 5 Part 2, he fucking one-shots Mars. He literally one-shots him. He shoots like a, and it's not like Chaos fires his most powerful blast or anything. He just fires a quick, like, you know, power shot, and he's not actually shooting at Mars. He's actually shooting at Chaldea, I think. And it pretty much says that he would have killed all of Chaldea if Mars didn't shield us. And it just obliterates Mars, gone, right? And Mars is not like the strongest god in Fate by any means, but he's pretty strong. And I think he's stronger there than normal because of Romulus and all this other nonsense. And yeah, he I mean, seriously, like nothing primordial chaos got rid of Mars. I will say some of that is probably because Mars / Ares is ultimately derivative of Chaos directly, right? It's not quite the same as Chaos fighting Ishtar or something. Like I don't mean like, you know, retarded. I mean like regular Ishtar. It's not quite the same because, you know, Mars is like connected to Chaos and everything. So that's I would imagine that's part of why Chaos wrecks him. But still, what little is shown of Chaos there is he is just so much stronger than a regular god. Dude, I hope we see Chaos again. If we do though, I kind of don't want him to come back in 3.0. I think if he does come back, it would be. I'm sorry, I just said that so wrong. I don't want to see Chaos come back in 2.0, but if he does come back, I think it would be in 2.0. And I swear to God, if it's some stupid shit like Musashi fused with Chaos or whatever, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna be so mad if they do that. And, you know, we already have fucking, you know, BB hijacking Neolethotep's powers, more or less. So they might actually do that, and I would be so fucking mad if they did that. So yeah, if we get, like, Chaos-infused Musashi or, like, Saber, you know, Musashi Alter with Chaos Juice or what, I'm not gonna be I will be so fucking mad if they do that. Anyway, because I do think Musashi's coming back. I very much think Musashi's coming back. She did not kill Chaos, she literally just destroyed the portal between us and Chaos, but I have a feeling she's stuck out there or some nonsense. Like, the fact that she's data lost, and then, like, with her buff and, like, with the new effect she got, I think she's probably coming back, and she's gonna have anti-space stuff. So I think she might come back and she killed Chaos, or she's being possessed by Chaos, or she fused with Chaos, or just something, right? I'm worried. Like, they could bring her back in a way that's not complete crap, but that would be complete crap. Anyway, but yeah, so so basically with Chaos, and I know I'm supposed to wrap up, but I want to talk about this, so fuck it. With Chaos, he's really detached from the story. He doesn't care about the alien god. He literally does not care about the alien god. He doesn't care about any of this shit. Like, it basically says he doesn't give a fuck about Earth at all. He literally was just going to destroy Earth and just use it as extra fuel. He's like, oh, here's a planet I can just use for fuel and just to continue his, like, space crusade or some shit, right? So he don't give a he was just gonna casually blow up Earth like it's nothing, and he literally does not give a fuck. Which, first of all, that's amazing, because that would have ruined everything for everybody, right? He would have killed the alien god there, and even if the alien god survived, that would have got, his plans would have been completely fucked. That would have just ruined everything for everybody, and on all sides. Guadia's fucked, we're fucked, alien god's fucked, Ort's fucked, like, literally everything would be fucked if Chaos had gotten away with that. And he's literally not even close to us, right? He's like way out in another galaxy or some bullshit. Or at least another solar system. Anyway, so that he's like this really detached bad guy that's got his own shit going on, that he just does not care about us. He just wants to do his own thing, right? And so that's why I don't want him to be in 2.0 again. I think he'd be better in 3.0 in a story that is also probably going to be really detached and kind of have its own shit going on and all that. It'd be kind of nice to see maybe the objective of 3.0 line up more with what the objective of Chaos is. That would be kind of cool. Although it's cool to have rogue elements, so we'll see. Ultimately, you could put Chaos back in 2.0 in a way that would not bother me. But I think it'd be cooler to see him in 3.0. Besides, you gotta save some good stuff for later, right? Does anyone else think Chaos looks like the Eye of Sauron, kinda, by the way? Alright, boys. I gotta say, though, that was badass. I did not expect Chaos to be in FGO at all, let alone, like, he didn't build up to it. It just happened out of nowhere, but it's not bullshit, right? It's like, obviously, Chaos is a part of Greek mythology. It's a pretty big deep dive. A lot of people don't know about all the primordial chaos, like early stuff in Greek mythology and stuff. So I actually really like that. I thought it was kind of bullshit that Musashi saved today, but at least they didn't have Musashi kill Chaos, because that would have been absurd. But yeah, I would say that was a pretty awesome moment overall. I thought his design was pretty good. It's not like my favorite design ever, but I thought his design was good. Yeah, this music is incredibly fitting for Chaos, actually. If we ever fight Chaos and he's still like the creepy eye, I would use this, definitely. Alrighty, who are we gonna raid here? Wait, no, that's not English. Damn it. This guy was doing Lost Belt 2, but, yeah, not English, so rip. We'll raid Mighty Lobster. He's playing Camelot. Actually, it's not quite Mighty Lobster, that's not the name, but, I was close. Alright, boys. You guys have a good one. I'll try to stream tomorrow and stream the one at 3-star account. I'm going to need to take a break at some point, not to do the challenge quest and all that nonsense, but we have a little while before I have to deal with all that. But peace out, everybody.